Ask me, I'm mashing, be a victim of a disastrous crash on the past me. Don't get yourself gassed like you last the race. Never see the pro crash, you see me procrastinate. Ride customized, standard is kill. The champion handling, never take my hand off the wheel. Never let my foot off the gas, straight off the path and past the place you will pray for safe passage. My passengers are passed out in the back, it's taxing. The voyage is massive, but no relaxing for me. I'm in the zone, focused on a steady approach. I am coasting, feeling like it's so close. I could put it in neutral and let it just roll. Rather get a competitive edge ahead of the goal. I'm set, I'm headed for gold. I'm revving steady, my load is heavy, ready for my arrival. Keep my eyes on the road. I got the key that'll start it on the street at the party. Y'all ain't seeing what I mean to be on that road. Ain't no competing, it's hard. I'm overheating, I'm hard, and I ain't breathing till I see what's beyond that road. Full speed and I'm flying, you see me beating the times. Ain't no competing, wanted me to be on that road. Ain't no leading them blind, cause I can beat in the signs. Ain't no defeating my drive, I'll be on that road. Be on that road. Be on that road. There ain't no slowing, no impasse in sight. I ain't pulling over, not even for your flashing lights. I don't follow your laws, y'all ain't budging my pace. Soon as you try to give chase, I'm in a whole other state. Straddling the line, the lanes, I'm flying the flames. Behind where I've been riding, fire remains. I'm booking this, see. I drive like a wanted man, and I ain't even sure if anyone is looking for me. Yeah, I stay off the radar, my face can fade off into space. No trace laid the way they all chase. Stay in your lane, y'all ain't playing my game. I came to get it, y'all getting off at the nearest exchange. I'm headed for longevity, revving with a bevy of heavily heavenly mechanisms pulling me ever so swift. And I ain't slipping, I'm drifting, pumping like a piston. Pedal to metal, ready to go the distance. Living on the edge, riding on the rim. No room for time, my arrival is impending. Living on the edge, riding on the rim. Justify sliding when you can fly, it's all within and I'm moving. I got the key that'll start it on the street at the party. Y'all ain't seeing what I mean to be on that road. Ain't no competing, it's hard, I'm overheating, I'm hard, and I ain't breathing till I see what's beyond that road. Full speed and I'm flying, you see me beating the times. Ain't no competing, wanting me to be on that road. Ain't no leading the blind, cause I can beat in the signs. Ain't no defeating my drive, I'll be on that road. 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 Far from your typical tempo, the distant events in my peripheral, I glimpse out the window, half contemplating, am I moving too fast, or is the world moving backwards past me? No one can match my drive or surpass me. I'm mashing, be a victim of a disastrous crash on the past me. Don't get yourself gassed like you last the race. Never see the pro crash, you see me procrastinate. Ride customized, standard is kill. The champion handling, never take my hand off the wheel. Never let my foot off the gas, straight off the path and past the place you will pray for safe passage. My passengers are passed out in the back, it's taxing. The voyage is massive, but no relaxing for me. I'm in the zone, focused on a steady approach. I am ghosting, feeling like it's so close. I could put it in neutral and let it just roll. Rather get a competitive edge ahead of the goal. I'm set, I'm headed for gold. I'm revving steady, my load is heavy, ready for my arrival. Keep my eyes on the road. I got the key that'll start it on the street at the party. Y'all ain't seeing what I mean to be on that road. Ain't no competing, it's hard, I'm overheating, I'm hard, and I ain't breathing till I see what's beyond that road.
Oh, sniggity snap.
And we're live.
And we're live.
How exciting. Welcome, everybody, to Audeze official Twitch stream. And for those of you on YouTube, the YouTube stream. anyone who is an Audeze subscriber probably knows my face by now. I'm Grover from Audeze, content guru, content monkey.
Content
with
monkey.
me today.
Wow.
Content monkey. Yeah.
I'm gonna let you have that one, fam.
You know, it's like a powder keg monkey, because social media is a powder keg.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Anyways, yeah, I'm really excited about this. I'd like to welcome Magid Khalil, X144, and Alias, both of whom are Audeze users, and they have just launched their album Left. Launched last night at midnight, I believe.
Yep.
And is available Spotify, Tidal, all that good stuff. Do we have links in the? Do you want to throw some links in there, Maggie?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Throw some links. Throw some links so people can check it out.
Quick shout out to the chat, everybody in the chat.
Yeah, shout out to Studio Gang up in the building.
Yeah, folks lighting it up. Y'all are awesome. I recognize the Ultra Nightshade precursor. How y'all doing?
Udra Nightshade. Udra Nightshade, fam.
Udra Nightshade.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Get it right.
I've
Get it
seen-
right. Show the respect. That's the link to the album.
Nice.
The collective in the building.
Yeah.
Dance like butter. Let's
Oh
go.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Gang, gang.
I recognize some of these folks have been hopping on our Discord too, which has been sweet. So thank you guys. Anyways, as I mentioned, yeah, X144, Alias, and we're here to do a album launch party. So we're gonna go through the program, I hope at a fairly good clip. But basically,
so.
we're gonna listen to some tunes. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna break it down. The album, for those of you who may or may not know, was created using Audeze headphones at many steps in the process. I believe, Maggie, you use it for production and mixing, things like that.
Yep.
Alias obviously has a pair. And then Glenn Schick, the mastering engineer,
It's your boy.
works on Audeze LCD4s. And I believe, Maggie, you've been friends with Glenn for a while. Is that right?
Oh,
You've known
yeah.
him for a while?
Yeah, me and Glenn have been he mastered me and SPS's first album, and then every other album since then that I've mixed for clients and stuff like that. So yeah, he's that Glenn's the dude, man. Glenn is the dude.
He's awesome.
Yeah.
So GS Mastering on Instagram, for those of you who don't know, he's got a super cool page. He's a total gear nut. He loves all sorts of cool gear, not just Audeze, but other stuff. So, yeah. check him
Hey,
out as well.
Grover, I sent you a quick message. Take a look at it. On
Message.
yeah, I sent you a text real quick.
X144.
There you
X.
go.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
There you go.
I'm on it. I'm
Yeah.
on it.
Yeah,
I should have asked that before. I'm sorry.
yeah. You're fired. Everyone's fired today.
You're fired. Everyone's fired. It's all fired.
I get to fire everybody.
I am fired. Actually.
Well, actually,
Well, actually.
I fired myself a few weeks
I
ago.
fired myself a few weeks ago. That's right. Anyways, so speaking of, though, why don't you introduce yourselves? Your audience obviously probably knows who you guys are, but our audience, the Audeze audience, may not necessarily know who you are. So X, why don't you introduce yourself? Because you've had some pretty cool experience. You've got a couple of very cool things on your resume.
Yeah.
music-wise.
So for those who are new to your guy here, yeah, I've been I'm a music producer, mix and mastering engineer, music artist. I'm also a game developer. Yeah, I've been in the industry for quite some time, a few decades now. I've worked with artists such as Miss Lauryn Hill, MF Doom, Joel Ortiz, Cool G Rap, Kasai, Soliloquist of Sound, Blueprint, Aesop Rock. You just a pretty wide gamut of like hip hop founded just greatness. You know what I mean? I've been privileged to be around these people, have them influence me. Hopefully I had an influence on them. Yeah, I've been doing stuff for a while, and independent artist, and former full-time MC at one point, and that's when me and Alias met. So like we got connected by me, doing the whole selling CDs on the street sort of thing. It was at a show, and yeah, that's how we got connected, and we've been working together since. You know what I'm saying? So that's a brief summary of your boy. I'll try to keep it mega brief. Oh, I'm a filmmaker too, if you guys didn't know. I make, yeah, there you go. I do all the things.
You do all the things. Classic West Coast thing. I didn't realize you had worked with A$AP Rock. That's super cool.
Yeah, I mixed and mastered. No, I just mixed. Sorry, I mixed the record he produced for Blueprint.
Oh, nice.
Vigilante
Cool.
Genesis. If you guys haven't checked out Vigilante Genesis, it's on Weightless Records. So check out weightless.net. You know what I mean?
Great.
And or weightlessrecords.net. It's one of the two. Yeah. But shout out to Blueprint. Shout out to A$AP for having me on that project. Really great experience.
The video, is that off that project? The video you did?
What video?
The video with A$AP?
Oh, I guess. I didn't see a video, fam. My bad. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's they haven't worked together prior to that. You know what I'm saying? So
No, I'm thinking of the joint with Swam on it. It's like A$AP. and
oh
Swam.
no, that's from Dark Time Sunshine. I directed the Dark Time Sunshine video featuring A$AP and Swanberger, and that's the first time I met Ace. So and worked with him. You know what I'm saying? So it was a kind of crash course. And cool story behind that video. I know we're talking about our album, but cool story behind that video. That was actually during a live show while Ace and Dark Time Sunshine was on tour. So that was the green room. That whole video was shot in the green room. Yeah. So whoever's not on camera is actually on stage. That's how it was working. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, there's no, I don't know anybody who's got a story like that. It's just like, yeah, fam, like whoever's not on camera is actually on stage, and when they get back, they get on camera, and yeah, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's a great
cool.
experience. Yeah,
Love that. And that was a cool video too. Alias, why don't you introduce yourself?
Oh man, I don't have quite as legendary a resume as my partner here, but yeah, I just I met X on the local scene out in Orlando. You know, just showing love. He was hustling some CDs. I just got one off the strength, and shit was crazy. It was really dope. The quality was really just something that I wasn't expecting from like a local artist or whatever. And then you know, on the back it says all songs mixed and mastered or mixed and produced or whatever by X144. So I'm like, oh shit, he does his own beats. So I'm like, damn, this is crazy. So I hit him up and he was like, you know, we just kind of started from there. I was like, I need beats, I need all this. I'm working on this is like when I first started working on my solo album. I was in a little group back in the day. This is like fresh out of high school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I left the group to do my solo thing, and yeah, and X was one of the first people I started working with, and we've been working together ever since. You know what I mean? Slightly, it's a little bit after high school for me now. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a few years ago. You know what I'm saying? Right after, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? It's like around the same time, but you know. And then I also do.
He way older than he's implying.
Did you just age dunk on us? Did you just try to age dunk on us?
He lied about his age, man. You don't even got gray hair, bro. Where'd that come from, my G?
We started talking about high school, and I'm like,
You just tried to age dunk on us.
But he was mad young. He had the baby face. You know what I'm saying? So like, he was young. He was straight up young. And I had been doing it like independently for a bit, and then like I met Alias, and he was starting to cut his teeth as a soloist and stuff like that, and I didn't know what to expect from him. So we kind of talked about this on like the history of Almost Nothing, but yeah, it just I didn't know what to expect from him. And he came in with fire, with heat, and I was just like, oh, you can rap. Cause I was used to heads that wanted to buy beats. Like the cats, I'll say this, cats that are willing to spend money right away, man, they're super ambitious. You know what I'm saying? That they're ambitious, and not all of them have like, the skills yet. And I'm just like, oh, okay, well, I'm work with them because, whatever. But the heads who are super talented, they just expect everything for free. So like I would like Alias was super consistent. So like him just kind of like passively saying, yeah, I bought that album on the strength. Let me tell you, Alias supported everybody on the strength. all the time, mad consistent. He'd buy everybody's albums, where like other artists and rappers were mad stingy. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got that, son. Nah, man, but that. Nah, Ali's just like, yeah, here. Give me that shit. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how he was. And like he was so consistent. He was coming to me, copping a beat and recording a session like every week. Every week.
That's how we started working.
Every fucking week. And I was just like, who is this dude? Like where is this coming from?
I need to get back on that work ethic though. If I could get the beat, write the song, and then be ready to record it the next week. Whew.
Man. I don't know if I'll be able to keep up. We still gonna move at the pace I'm moving. But hey, no, you understating yourself, man. You gotta talk about your battle league stuff, man.
Yeah, I was actually gonna get into that. So I do some rap battling as well. Rap battling. You know what I mean? I'm somewhat accomplished, I guess. I don't know. I've battled in like Seattle and Atlanta and Toronto. I battled in Toronto twice. Obviously over here.
I think there's a instant undeniable respect for what you do in that arena. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, if you listen to rap, then you kind of know that I have a particular set of skills. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think
Yes.
most
Use that all the time, forever.
I think most of like the heads, like the real heads that came from like the era that we come from, and like the especially the MCs. Like I've always been like the MC's MC. You know what I mean? Like it's always like some of the fans might not always get it, but like the other rappers would be like, yo, that shit was crazy, or yo, the way you did this, or the way you put this pattern together, or whatever, like that kind of shit. But yeah, I battled for Grind Time. I've battled for Don't Flop out of the UK. I've battled for King of the Dot. I battled on Twitch actually. What was that? October.
Yep.
King of the Dot had a big thing they're doing with Twitch. They have another one coming up. But I did a battle on Twitch as well.
Also, speaking of, like before I forget, like we're also 2 members of the collective on Twitch. So if you guys aren't following us on Twitch, our hangers are like somewhere, I guess, in the thumbnail. Like I'm X144 Live. That's Alias the Addict. Yes, yeah. If you guys haven't followed and subscribed Audeze right now, I don't know what you're doing with your life, but go follow Michelle G. Hunder, Sawyer's Real, Van Sleasington, and Dance Like Butter. That's the collective right there. Shout out to every collective member that's in the chat right now. We appreciate you guys taking the time to be with your fam. Know what I mean? So yeah, and also on an official basis, could we say, Grover, and announce that the collective are official Audeze artists?
Yep. Yeah.
Hey.
So very excited about that. I believe everybody has their headphones. Someone actually just asked in the YouTube chat what headphones we are using. I have LCD XCs.
Yep.
I believe you also have LCD XCs.
Yep.
And Alias has 2 classics.
He got the 2
right?
classics. Yep.
2 classics. Nice.
Yep. That's what.
All right.
Yeah,
Sweet.
That's what it is.
So yeah,
And
that's what we're using.
let's let it be known though, your boy got the LCD4 is just on deck.
LCD4s.
Woo!
Fancy
Woo!
schmancy.
I thought that was part of the headphones.
Woo!
Sweating.
The what?
Sweating.
You pulled the whole stand out. I thought that was
Oh,
part
the stand.
of the
Yeah, you gotta put the stand disappears after you put it on. But when you take the headphones off, the stand appears. You know what I'm saying? That's how it works. Nah, I got it hooked onto the wall, so I just figured maintain the shape, because they're weighty. You gotta make sure they stay hugging on the right shape. You know what I mean? So then I had that molded to my shape of my head. That's what my head looks like. But I wouldn't. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's custom.
That's why.
X144live.com and get a X144.
Boom. Oh, so yeah, if you guys, the album available right now, X144live.com. Once again, I'll drop that link in the chitty chat.
Also, can we drop Tobart's?
Yeah.
Someone on YouTube asked about the great album images, and they
So-
said, "I love the art."
The cover is actually done by all of the covers for the singles, and the album is all done by Tobar, who's on Instagram as Tobar Takeover. Tobar Art Takeover, I think. Is it Tobar Takeover? Is it Tobar Takeover?
It's Tobar.
Yeah, because the
Takeover.
art's right in the center. Yeah. Okay. So Tobar Takeover. If somebody could drop that in there, but yeah, Tobar he's the greatest. You know what I'm saying? We've been working with him. He's part of B-Side Artists back in Orlando, and but I think he's located in Texas now. Yeah, Tobar is the greatest, man. I was trying to get him on the show, but he had a previous event. We're probably gonna do a follow-up stream where we break down the concept behind every art cover. So we'll probably do that at some point. But yeah, he's basically our art director. We gave him like very minimal notes on certain things, and it was just like, hey, this is the vibe we're going for, go. And he made everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So yeah, he
did a great job, I might add.
He's brilliant. But yeah, Tobar did the art. And so if you guys, just so you know, when you go to that link, you're going to see 3 editions for the album. There's the standard edition, which just comes like regular album with the cover and MP3s. And then there's the digital deluxe edition, which has uncompressed WAV files, 16-bit masters for my audio files out there. The high-res MP3s that you get from the standard edition. All of the covers, all of the high-resolution covers of every single and the album cover, as well as I think that's it, right? Oh, as well as the instrumentals. Boom, there you go. So you get, and the instrumentals will be uncompressed only. So and then the ultimate deluxe edition comes with the limited edition almost nothing left t-shirt. So that's the only way you could get that shirt. So that's it right there.
So I don't even got it, fam.
Yeah, we don't even have the shirts yet, fam. It's so limited. USPS got them shits.
Fam, I couldn't even get one. It was crazy.
In fact, the shirts are an NFT. You can't even have them.
Yeah. But the cool thing is, like, we were just looking at the pricing of like everything for the packaging and stuff like that, and like someone pointed out to me, just like, hey, some artists just charge that same dollar amount for the ultimate deluxe edition for just one shirt and nothing else, and you get like a gig worth of music basically, and on top of that, and art, and you get the t-shirt. So like,
and you get the instrumentals.
Yeah.
So if you think you can rap better than
you get the instrumentals, fam bam.
Challenge.
That's it right there. And here's a cool thing about it. A shout out to Michelle G. Hunter. She's the first one to actually cop the Ultimate Deluxe Edition. Like the minute it dropped, she's just
fucking G.
Fucking. That's what the G stands for. See what I'm saying?
The G, her middle name is G, fam.
Yeah, she's a G. You know what I'm saying? Whew. Whew. Anyway, yeah. So that's it. Grover, where were we gonna go with this now?
Well, I was gonna ask you guys to talk about how almost nothing formed, but I feel like you kind of covered it. You kind of got it.
Yeah, we kind of did. So we kind of did a few years of kind of going back and forth. Like after I put my first album out and working on his stuff, then he was out working with Lauryn Hill and blase blase blah. I moved to California.
Just for a record, I didn't work with blase blase. I didn't. Shout out to them though. You know what I'm saying? I just want I didn't.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so I moved to California, so it was kind of like, we fam, so we kept in touch or whatever. But as far as like working together, it was kind of, he was super busy doing his thing, I was doing my own thing, and then I think he randomly sent me a beat, the beat for Mayhem actually, and I wrote to it, I wrote the song, and then I recorded it at my spot and did the hook and everything. And I sent it to it. It was like, yo, what the fuck?
Sorry, someone in the YouTube chat just said Rubik's Cube ASMR.
Yeah. Oh, where are you doing? Yo, yeah. I got keyboard ASMR as well, you fucking weirdo. There you go.
You gotta solve that thing tonight or today?
Oh, me? I'm gonna solve this. I'm gonna solve this. I got this. I'm gonna do that while we listen to
By
a
the
song.
end of the stream. End of the stream. You have
This,
it done.
no,
by the
this
end
will
of
be
the stream.
done by the end of the first song. No. I got this. I got this. This is nothing. This is nothing. This is nothing.
You say that now.
All right, let's see.
But yeah. So, anyways, long story long. One day he was just like, man, fuck it, let's just make an album. Fuck all this other shit. Like, fuck working with anybody else. I want to work with you. Let's just work on an album. So we started working on the album, and then we were like, we got to do like a group, like a group name. You know what I mean? And as we're creating the songs or whatever, and probably I think it was like after we finished all the songs, we came up with the group name and everything like that. So here we are, baby.
Yep, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's a lot of time that passed in between that. Like we're talking about a very large amount of time.
I'm trying to give them like the semi-abridged version.
No, that's fine. It's fine. I was just saying that there was a lot of time that passed from like working on his solo album to like then doing like one-off singles and stuff like that together, and then it was just like the last 2 songs we recorded, there was like a gap of time, and then I sent him some tracks, and he sent me back demos like with like the ideas like damn near fully realized. And Mayhem, the track that he's talking about, is a track that's that's the track on the album that has not been released as a single. So like you guys actually get a joint that you haven't heard before. But I was just like, yo, what the fuck is this? And as we were working on like those handful of songs that are currently on the album, that's when I realized like, yeah, you know what? Doing the industry thing alone is rough, and let's do this shit together. You know what I'm saying? So like, we formed the group. We made the Voltron. Know what I mean? The 2-piece Voltron.
Yeah, I mean, the first sessions that we did, I flew to Orlando because he was still in Orlando, so I flew out there to record, and I was in LA.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the first half of the album is all recorded over there. You know what I mean? And then in the process of making this album, he ended up moving out here as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we started in Orlando and then we wrapped it up in LA. So
I don't even know what order we're going today.
We're going in order of of release.
Release, I believe. Yeah. Release order.
So we're gonna let Grover take it away, fam.
Yeah. Thanks for the introduction. For anyone who's listening, put on your best headphones, put on your best speakers. I listened to this album at least a dozen times over the last month, at least, and I played it on my stereo system, my studio system, my headphones. Sounds great. This is one of the best sounding albums I've heard in 2021. It's just fantastically well mixed, mastered. It sounds awesome. So, folks, yeah, turn up the LCDs. That's right, Udra. Get all your put the big boys on. Yeah, we're about to dive in.
Yeah, dump it. And if you're just on your phone, just put your earbuds in. You know what I'm saying? Like just plug them in, fam, and just turn it up. It's gonna knock no matter what.
Stereo stuff you want to hear in this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, why don't we get started, X, with God Mode?
Let's do it.
Let's run it, and then we'll talk about it.
Let's do it.
Run it.
Yeah. Here we go, yo. I'm too old for this shit. Truth told, if you cold, I'm twofold. There's loopholes to this hip-hop Jack Cousteau. The abyss is a kid pool to my shit. Y'all get views, I move on that slick fugitive tip. I'm reclusive. Boot souls to you boot those. I scooched over whatever route you chose. Get a clue, nah, I'm elusive. Prime time and exclusive. Drop a beat and y'all bitches can't get rid of me like I'm abusive. I ain't the next best, I'm the latest, greatest. From the cadence and the way that I say this heinous shit to the way that my playlist can stay in rotation for days straight with no change in it. Was all dangerous, I'm more dangerous. Took a hiatus, said hi haters, then skated back in your hi-fi players, ate up your Wi-Fi data. Dignified by dignified, chatter wise, I don't fraternize, no sigma phi beta, I signify greater. Alias the act, I go batshit, smash it, and multifaceted passion, and call it passive and past, I casket it. Well, here's the fact of it, I'm one of the most skilled rappers ever, but feel like I might never make another track after this. Well, that's some shit. Whoever has a diss, that's hazardous. You get gassed and get whipped fast or I crash this shit. So be the passengers or be the barricade on this Tokyo turn if you catch my drift. What up, X? That's my sonic accomplice. He compliments my content. My concepts get conjured up. He's kinda the conduit. What's the cost of risk, a consequence of consciousness? The losses of profit, the props from the popular populace. Preposterous. I don't need to top your populist. Them imposters can't process the postulate. I told y'all it's hip-hop apocalypse. I'd rather take a fist to your kiss to the pop your lips. Not for children, my demographic catch it. I don't fit in the gallery with demographic. So when I say artistry, I mean my artistry. I'm uncharted, my water's deep. I brought a beat for the slaughter. You just farter and audibly, it ought to bleed. I've been better than anyone for years, but no stardom. I'm on a harder street. This that pitch black chit chat, that kid this bit mystic rap witchcraft. These misfits, we don't miss that shit. Move. Lead and not follow. Swap my pockets on hollow. But the talk is on God mode. God mode.
Yeah. Back to it. Back to it. I started late. I'm about to solve it though. I started late. I started at like the last 4 bars. I'm like, ah, shit.
You're already breaking promises.
I'm already. Oh my god. Oh my god. Watch me get this stuff.
So this is first of all, is that a Buchla audio easel? That synth sound in that?
Oh, the synth sound?
Yeah, the,
that's
like,
something
real
I designed
bubbly,
in.
Scratchy.
Nah, that's something I designed in Ableton. I do a
Nice.
lot of sound design just like in the
Custom,
DAW.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It sounds very, very similar to a Buchla.
Oh, okay. That's what's up.
Like a Buchla audio easel. It's one of the weirdest. It's got that weird, bubbly, phasey, funky. I was like, oh, it sounds just like a Buchla.
Yeah, that's just
yeah.
I pulled that from the ether. You know what I'm saying? So
Nice.
yeah, I
love
don't know.
it.
I didn't have a reference for it. I was just like, I need something that sounds cool, and that's just kind of how.
Yeah, like
that's how I
some
make
crunchy-
everything. I don't make anything with like. I have a lot of stuff in mind, but it's more about concepts and ideas, and then
Yeah.
in terms of what the sounds actually end up sounding like, it's more of an emotional context than anything. It's just like I need something that's going to give me that little bit of edge right here, and that's what I was going for. It's been a while since I actually sat down with it, but that's pretty much the energy behind my process. Is just like there's a lot of thought behind like and contemplation of just like, well, what's it missing? Where do I need to actually? What are we missing in terms of feeling, not necessarily in terms of sound? Like, what are we missing in terms of feeling?
Yeah.
So, and then look for that, add it, and then kick it off. And then a lot of the arrangement, there's a lot of additional sounds that happen like after Alias lays down lyrics. So like a lot of it's motivated by him. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So
you craft a thing, and there's play and experimentation, and there's arrangement, and then Alias puts stuff on, then you tweak it and tighten it to kind of get them to lock together.
it's kind of the other way around. It's just like
Other way around. Okay.
I give him like a foundational beat. I do a rough arrangement, just like here's a verse, here's a hook, here's a B section, you know, man. And then Alias comes back and writes a bunch of shit, and then we record it, and then he gives me A, B, C, D sections, and I'm like, you son of a bitch. And that's kind of what turns the almost nothing thing what it is, right? Because Alias, it's based upon how he writes. So luckily, you know, I'm fortunate enough to be skilled enough to be able to respond to what he gives me. So then all of the additional arrangement, all of the additional production, and you'll hear that more so on the other records than on this record. This record is pretty much everything that was there is there. So that's nothing really changed too much except for like little, like when things start and stop. But like there was no new sounds after that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, like the most like straightforward joint
Yeah.
that we did.
Yeah.
Because usually I'll hear a beat that he makes, and I'm just like, it's always, all right, well, what am I gonna do with this? What's the concept gonna be? What am I gonna write to this? So with this one, I kind of just wanted to, you know what? Let me just spaz on some, on some rapper shit, on some MC shit. You know what I mean? So just one long verse, little kind of hook type thing at the end, and that was it for that one.
Yep.
It's simple. This is short, sweet, gets to the point. Set him up so we can knock him down with the other wild shit. You know what I mean?
So
Oh shit, he's out here.
I'm out here, fam. I'm out here, and I'll give you guys a little.
Oh,
Look at that. Look, super
Rubik's
nerddom.
Cube hype.
Know what I mean? Look at that. Oh shit! I'll give you a little. Know what I mean? Little some little spaz on it. I'll solve it several times today. Let's go. The pursuit of happiness up in this motherfucker right here, fam. Like, I mean, give me my multi-million-dollar check, my G. I solved the cube, fam.
Give my man his bread.
Nice. So, was there any reason that this was the first song released? Was there like a? Because it has, I mean, there's bars that kind of introduce us to you guys, and that MC feel is like, it has a very opening feel.
Yeah, I didn't write it like as an introduction, but I think we wanted to come out the gate and hit them with like just a simple like beats and rhymes, golden era kind of feel. You know what I mean, like for the heads, just to kind of show where we come from. Because the project, it's ambitious. Our music is ambitious. It's progressive. It's from out of left field. And before people get into that, I kind of want them to know what our roots are and what our background is first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's easy you could listen to something like New High and be like, oh, this is kind of like a pop record or whatever. Or like funk soul or whatever it is. Like it's easy to be like, this isn't really like, this dude didn't grow up on like Nas and Wu-Tang and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we wanted to come out the gate and really just hit him with like that. This is our foundation, and we started here, and now we're kind of just over here somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The foundational stuff we felt like was going to be like a good introduction in terms of digestibility, because the other stuff is just kind of like, it's all over the place. It's there's one of the tracks that we'll get to that I used to call the Cirque du Soleil of rap. You know what I mean? And that's just kind of the stuff that we were doing. We were doing like really like pushing the envelope thing in terms of like, what's our actual skill level? Because there's a lot of musicians and heads out there that got chops, right? And but they stay in a pocket most of the time, which is nothing wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? That's shit, to be in a pocket, to find a pocket and hold it. That shit's hard to do. You know what I'm saying? So I think if anything, what we're doing on these records is showing our chops, right? So this is our jazz, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? Even though it's not jazz. But this is our jazz in terms of like fidelity of skill, like represented in the music. Yeah. So God Mode is really the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the pocket. Yeah. We wanted to introduce the pocket first, and then start unraveling like where the chops are. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Start giving them the fidelity.
Setting the tone, paying homage. And also I think this idea of jazz is kind of interesting just because it and this was something I had a sense of throughout the whole album, was like, there's a sense that you guys are, you're not throwing away the canon that you've come from in the process of making something new, which is really hard to do. You have to be really informed about where you come from and that canon, but you also have to be willing to stretch it in interesting ways. And
so this is the thing too, is that, a lot of artists are able to do things as they get bigger or more known or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, you look at somebody like, Michael Jackson, right? He came out as a kid making kind of like more pop at the time, love records or soul records or whatever. And then as he, evolved, and we kind of were able to see his evolution the whole time. But would he have been able to do like more experimental kind of shit if he wasn't Michael Jackson? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
The Weeknd, or who, like, you don't really always expect the same thing from somebody like that. But we're able to kind of see his growth and his evolution, and it's a little bit more digestible for people because they already know his music, they already know him, they love him. So it's like, oh, he's doing something different. All right, let me see what this is about. We don't have that luxury.
Thriller wouldn't have worked without ABC.
Right. I mean, maybe
Yeah.
it would have. Maybe
it would have, but
if
it would have been-
some unknown dude came out and Thriller was his first record, motherfuckers been like, what is this?
This is super weird.
Yeah.
A Halloween song?
Why has he got
this?
Vincent Price on the song? This is weird,
Right.
man. You know what I'm saying? I love that shit. Man.
Yeah.
That
Because
shit,
them,
groundbreaking.
it's like, all right, we're gonna listen to it with a different kind of ear because we already are
It's-
fans of the person.
It's just a known thing that like when artists, gain their notoriety and have the establishment, they then are able to do their art albums. You know what I'm saying? And get artsy with it. And we're just establishing that right out the gate, that this is what we do. This is where we are. And this is not gonna, the next record's not gonna sound like this record, and the record after that's not gonna sound like that. So like we're gonna be demonstrating on every record exactly where we're at creatively and stuff like that without any boundaries. You know what I'm saying?
That's not even on an album level. That's on a song to song level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like each song kind of is its own thing and its own story.
Yep. And like, any boundaries that would be set on what we do is set by us, but that's just to create focus. It's actually for more, it's to create more, it's the pressure that creates the diamond. And that's where we actually apply any sort of restrictions and stuff like that, or guidelines on a track. It's just like, hey, I'll hit up Alias like, hey, this is what I'm envisioning. Like, these are the restraints, right? These are the boundaries. Let's try to fit within this because I think, we're gonna get this, this particular diamond out of it. You know what I'm saying? But it's not because we're trying to fit a social standard or anything like that. It's mostly like, it's very strategic. It's very well thought out. Again, it's not an easy pill to digest. People want what they want. People want, what the fuck is popular, what's most familiar, what their friends listen to, where they can go jam at a public event and all that stuff. Then it's easily digestible. It's what they hear on TV. It's what they hear on radio and all this other shit. We're not that. We're for music lovers. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's what we are. But here's the thing, like, in all actuality, if you want to talk about the grand scope of things, like what we do make is actually very accessible, if you think about it. I think we take the envelope pushing and make it accessible. That's what I believe that we do ultimately. I don't think that we're like, I don't think that we're super left, as the album implies, right? It's left in context to like what everyone else is doing. But it's not that it's a very accessible left. You know what I'm saying? So it's I think in terms of like the immediate grab of like what a hip hop audience expects from an artist and stuff like that, that's where it starts to deviate. You know what I'm saying? Some heads just want their regular boom bap shit, their regular trap shit, or whatever the fuck, right? That's just how motherfuckers are.
It sounds like some of it will sound weird to some people, but for me, it's like this is just like an evolution of everything that I've done, everything that I've written up to this point, everything I've heard up to this point, all the different songs, all the different genres of music, all the different styles of music that I've heard that's influenced me, and I've just taken that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't listen to like super crazy obscure, shit from the Incan mountains or so, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I listen to, I came up on like Outkast and cats like that. So
that, and it's artists like that were pushing the envelope, right?
Right.
They pushed the envelope and made it mega accessible, and that's the shit that I'm talking about. Is just like, we're kind of in that space of just like, well, we want to make records that people like. You know what I mean? We're just not going to do it the way everyone else does it. Because if hip hop has the right to evolve the way it has right now, you know what I'm saying? Why can't we evolve as well? You know what I'm saying? So it's just that we're just exercising our right as artists to continue the evolution of a culture that we love so dearly, because I think that what we make is not a culmination of genres that is not hip hop. Hip hop is a culmination of genres. That's what hip hop is. And we're just exercising that. It's just like, oh, it's like going into a kitchen and be like, what's this spice? Y'all motherfuckers ain't using this? This shit's delicious. You know what I'm saying? What's this spice? Oh, man, look, burn. That's basically what we're doing. We're like, you know, we're kind of like, we're kind of like the Swedish chef in the Muppets and shit. But yeah, man, I mean, you know, we're just trying to push it. And I think that's like the message that we try to push in our streams as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing that we really want to encourage everyone to be, is to be themselves unapologetically, and to explore and be the best that they can be. Not just that, not just be where you are, but like, how can you actually, you know, strive for growth? You know what I'm saying? How do you actually achieve growth? And it's okay to grow. It's okay to outgrow your surroundings as well. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's kind of, I feel like that's what our music symbolizes, because I think that's us putting it into action.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. That's actually a great segue, I think, into the next tune. Why don't we roll it?
Oh yeah. Sorry. The next joint, Mirage. This is the Cirque du Soleil of rap. This is what I was.
Exactly. I was
this was the track.
Segue.
Yeah. This is the like. This is the flex. All right. So yeah, let's get into it.
Under your footlight, come on, good night from a good right, and I would like to strike it good like someone. What it feel like in the real life when it's still light on an ill night, no summer. Wouldn't I hate to cop to my lows, put on my face and talk to my foe. Feeling good, feeling great from the hood to the woods, what I put on my plate, going straight to my good, all the sugar and cake, and I ate all I could, and I will need a little bit of space now. What do y'all think I'm chopping my flows? Get on my strength and dropping my flow. Wouldn't I hate to cop to my lows, put on my face and talk to my foe. Nothing changed but a damn thing, can't strain my campaign. We out there, no camping, no what's roughin' and mean. I mean, we all clean, let it rain in my canteen. One way, no way, some way, hey, probably won't make it, but someday might. Champagne on Sunday morning, and paint on Sunday night. Look at all the pretty little pictures I paint, and I aim at a beautiful sight. Look back, don't nobody try to see what I've been hiding behind the smoke in the mirror. It's cue the strobe lights. Will I need ability to be a real immutable abilities and lyrical tags? Nah, wouldn't I hate to cut to my lows, put on my face and talk to my foe. I'm alive, or the gain, or the grind, or the pain in my eyes. Bonafide, all I made, I'm a great, I'm a god, I create a mirage. So you can see it's perfect. Y'all can't see no flaws, now everything's perfect. My game don't strain at all. I'm alive, all the gain, all the grind, all the pain in my eyes. Yeah, everything gravy, baby. My day's amazing, my gains are raising, complaints are racing. My stars are rising like a guy's sky high. My aims or the planes are racing. We don't fade away, we stay in wavy. Play the Navy, keep your boats afloat and don't jump shit when a punk bitch throw shade at the stage. You gon' pay to play me. Can I get a shoulder? Can I get a shoulder? Show the world showed and got colder. When I show the lights on, road to chose to hike on, it's frozen over. If it ain't the whole truth, there ain't no truth. When I told you to close the door, you ain't know where your folk was supposed to roll. Oh, this roller coaster so emotional. Now go ask whoever make you don't know my life. That's whatever, never control my lights. Pass your era to speech week, I'm a beast from A to Z, bruh, look at all my stripes. Son of a nine, I'm one of a kind, center in front until in front of the line. They only coming for your number some of the time, I throw it in the universe till it's coming alive. Don't ever disrespect or risk your bet, I ain't ever tripped, skip the step, I missed the breath, I flip, I rip the set to make you slip your disc, got the discotheque, I'm back going. Matter of fact, the fact of the matter is that I'm automatic. It's got a bad chatter with raps, had a matter, no sabbatical. Now I'm battling back, battering right in the gas. I'm on E, but no raving. Forever getting the props, but never more. No raving. Throw the flow so dope, so banging. I ain't claiming no colors, I'm raving. Resenting my present, I'm set as a peasant. Evidently, it's no heaven, no haven. No service, no savings. Trying to elevate it still, but the level low. I ain't the basic, no regular man. So they gon' take from me wherever they can. And when the lights on, turn up, shake it till you break it. Smile for the camera, baby, shake it till you make it. I'm alive, all the gain, all the grind, all the pain in my eyes. Bonafide, all I made, I'm a great, I'm a god, I create a mirage. So you can see it's perfect, perfect. Y'all can't see no flaws, now everything's perfect, perfect. My game don't strain at all. I'm alive, all the gain, all the grind, all the pain in my eyes. Bonafide, all I made, I'm a great, I'm a god, I create a mirage.
Yeah.
So this is my first time. I just got these headphones. Big shout out to Audeze. I just got these headphones. This is my first time listening to all these songs through immaculate headphones such as these. So I'm kind of geeking a little bit when the shit's coming. This shit sound crazy, man.
That's what I was trying to tell you, Gio. Just like, yo, wait till you hear our shit through this stuff, man. This shit sounds next level. You now experiencing the world of sound as I do, fam. It's like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Immaculate sound stage.
And there's a lot of cool stereo effects in that one, which are great.
Yeah.
Alias, do you do all the vocal, like, do you record all the vocals and then X kind of does his thing with them?
Yeah. Every now and again, you'll hear like a super like low kind of register voice. Mm-hmm. A lot. Sometimes that's X. Sometimes like if there's something that's like, I kind of have like a higher voice. So if it like sometimes he'll be like, all right, give me like a super low of this, and I'm like, I would try it, and I'm like, I can't fucking do it, man. And he's like, I'm gonna do it, and he jumps in there and he'll do it.
That's me. Yeah.
Give it, but
okay.
For the most part, any vocal that you hear on this album is me. Whether it's like the high opera, I'm alive, like that shit, that's all me. Mm-hmm. We just layer it in a certain way, and we do harmonies in a certain way where it kind of just sounds like some other shit.
Yeah,
but that's what we do, man. That's like a huge part of our sound.
It's really cool. I noticed there's two things I noticed about it the first time I listened. It was like the low stuff in the side channels. There's all these cool low like vocals in the side channels doubling, and then there's also a lot of harmonies for what I typically think of from like this kind of a hip hop album. Like a lot of really cool kind of intricate harmonies.
This is a lot of stuff we do on the fly too. Like the hook we had, it was just the I'm alive on the gain, on the grind, pain in my eyes. And then once we lay down like the foundation of the hook, usually what happens is we'll be like, all right, what do you want to do with it? Or where are we gonna go with it? Mm-hmm. So it'll be like, all right, do a high, do a low, whatever. And then X will kind of be like, I don't know, give me something different. Give me like some kind of contrast to it. So I tried like the staccato, like kind of like that real staccato. Mm-hmm. And then that kind of turned into, so we layered that a bunch of times and it came out so dope on its own. when we were just soloing it, like just muting the beat and just listening to the actual, like how it sounded. It sounds like a choir almost. So we were like, X decided like, yeah, we got to put that like on its own after the main hook and kind of give it its own section. So shit like that just happens naturally. That's like not something we plan usually.
Yeah, the stuff like in terms of vocal arrangement. Okay, so pretty much immediate. Okay, cool. So sorry, I'm getting messages from a couple, just two people who are having issues downloading the album for some reason. But I just checked with somebody else, and they said they got the link immediately after. So guys, if you have any issues, please go on to my Discord. And message me or message Team 144 somewhere in the lounge area or something like that, and somebody will make sure that you get your link. Just send us your order number and all that jazz. So just want to let you know I'm trying to work that out while we doing this right now. I want to make sure my people get their music, y'all.
Thank you. Thank you for everybody that's ordering.
Yeah, everybody who's copping. I'm getting like alerts left and right on my watch right now. I'm just like, what? I was just like, okay, this is today. Let's go.
We only 2 tracks in. Shit, if you ain't sold yet, just strap in, baby. Let's go.
So in terms of vocal arrangement, the way it works, like what really makes what we do special is when we're in the lab together recording, right? So we do a lot of the recording. Actually, we do all the recording for this album together, and then just like what Alias said, like I'll hear something or I'll hear a void, and might not necessarily have an idea, and I'll just say, hey, we need something here. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what it is. I'm gonna leave that up to you. But we need something, right? Sometimes I'll have an idea and I'll just cite off something to him, like a really bad idea or bad version of the idea. And then he'll go ahead and do it. And that, me having spit for so long, I could speak his language for the most part. And just from the beginning, like Alias never really did harmonies until we started working together. And I had him do harmonies, and I was like, hey, you've done this before, right? He's like, nah, I ain't never did this. And I was just like, what? You're just so good at it. He's just a natural at that shit. So that's what we flex on. We flex on the fact that our foundational shit, where it's just like, well, now I know what you can do, which is pretty much anything. So
yeah, a lot of this shit, I learned a lot of shit recording with X, over the years. And we've kind of taken that over the years and evolved it, and it's kind of just turned into its own language almost, man. We got this unique synergy in the studio.
Yeah.
Where we kind of, like he said, he speaks my language, I speak his language, and we kind of just are able to create something special in that way.
Yeah, he's able to take it to places where he basically makes my dreams come true as a vocalist. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, hey, can we do this? Can we try to do that? We do that. And he just fucking does it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, all right, well. So now it's not something that I'm too surprised about. Now it's just something where it's just, hey, we need to do this. And it's a task, and we're on this mission. And it's just a shorthand, and there's very little debate. When we're in the lab, there's just small things here and there where maybe and it's usually me not getting it. I'm like, I don't know, man, I don't know about that. He's just like, I don't, we'll just talk it out. And I'm just like, all right, let me live with it for a bit. There's never anything that gets axed, out the gate. So yeah, the evolution of the recording process is super paramount. So we started recording our second album remotely. And we got through one song. Whew, man, it was rough. It took us 3 weeks to record one song, right? 1 day a week, basically. 3 sessions. 3 sessions, but 3 weeks essentially because of our timetable, right? But essentially, if this is our timetable and our availability, we would have had 3 songs done. You know what I'm saying? So the absence of that in-person presence, that shit. Man, yeah, it's not the same. A lot of the magic is in the room. It's definitely in the room. Yeah. It's not over the internet. It's in the room.
Someone asked what keyboard you're using, Axe.
Oh, it's a custom built keyboard with Holy Pandas. I built the switches on them, and it's a TX 108. Very they don't make it.
Show the board,
bro. It's heavy as shit. It's like 30 pounds. I ain't lifting this shit up. Man. Yeah, yeah. That's why it sounds the way it does. It's grounded, fam. It's just like boom. It's in a fucking titanium case or aluminum case. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah, Soy's into that shit now too. You know what I'm saying? He's building keyboard. Yeah.
Y'all on the custom keyboard thing.
Yeah, man. It's just like this. It's a bad habit. Don't get into it, y'all. It's bad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah, look at that. He's got that shit.
This is by a little company called Apple. You might have heard of them.
Nice. Sweet. Well, yeah, you guys answered all my questions I had on that one. So why don't we, if you're ready, let's move on to the next one.
What do we got next?
Which is Ride. I think might be my favorite song on the album.
Oh, really? Okay, that's what's up.
I love this one. A couple of our folks on YouTube said that this was their favorite as well.
Oh,
so
dope.
This one is Polling Well.
Hey, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Y'all listen to our music already, fam? Buy the album. Buy the album. The album, the link.
You know you want to.
Have you been passing on the link on the YouTube chat, Grover?
Yeah, let me grab it. Here, let me...
I just posted it in the Twitch. Yeah. So you guys, thank you so much for taking the time, spending your hard-earned money on supporting our art. You know what I'm saying? We want to continue to make art and to encourage other artists to be brave in this dark and scary world. You know what I'm saying? So we are humbled by anybody who makes an investment into us. You know what I'm saying? And we would definitely invest back into y'all by making the best shit that we could possibly get.
That's a great word, investment, because everything just goes back into us. You know, creating music. And if you do like the artwork, by the way, we do have shirts.
Yes.
For each piece of artwork for each single, we have an individual shirt for it.
Yep.
So if you went on Spotify or Apple or whatever and saw the artwork for, this is the artwork for Everest or the artwork for New High or Sleepaway or whatever, and you thought that was really dope, we got a shirt for it, fam.
Yeah, on the site that you're going to buy the album, if you just click the main header or just go back home, you'll see all the collections and you'll see the Almost Nothing clothing, and that's where all the shirts are. So it's a separate section, or like in the side menu, it's AMN for Almost Nothing, and you'll get right to where all the clothes are, and that's where you get the apparel. It pretty much looks like it's straight out of Urban Outfitters, you know what I'm saying? So like, it's stylish shit. It's fucking fly as shit. So like, and a variety of colors and sizes, super comfortable shirts. I'm wearing my Almost Nothing tee right now, you know what I'm saying? He's got the Everest t-shirt. So basically it's the covers without the names of the songs. And we had Tobar design the logo to be centered everywhere so that it's just interchangeable with the background of what the actual cover is and stuff like that. But let's get into Ride. Shall we listen to more music? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's listen to it.
Let's go.
Events in my peripheral, I glimpse out the window, half contemplating, am I moving too fast, or is the world moving backwards past me? No one can match my drive or surpass me. I'm mashing, be a victim of a disaster's crash on the past me. Don't get yourself gassed like you last the race. Never see the pro crash, you see me procrastinate. Ride customized, standard is kill, the champion handling. Never take my hand off the wheel, never let my foot off the gas, straight off the path and past the place easy, we'll pray for safe passage. My passengers are passed out in the back, it's taxing. The voyage is massive, but no relaxing for me. I'm in the zone, focused on a steady approach. I am coasting, feeling like it's so close. I could put it in neutral and let it just roll. Rather get a competitive edge ahead of the goal. I'm set, I'm headed for gold. I'm revving steady, my load is heavy, ready for my arrival. Keep my eyes on the road. I got the key that'll start it on the street I departed. Y'all ain't seeing what I mean to be on that road. Ain't no competing this hard, I'm overheating, I'm hard. And I ain't breathing till I see what's beyond that road. Full speed and I'm flying, you see me beating the times. Ain't no competing, wanting me to be on that road. Ain't no leading them blind, cause I can beat in the signs. Ain't no defeating my drive, I'll be on that road. Be on that road. Be on that road. There ain't no slowing, no impasse in sight. I ain't pulling over, not even for your flashing lights. I don't follow your laws, y'all ain't budging my pace. Soon as you try to give chase, I'm in a whole other state. Straddling the line, the lanes, I'm flying the flames behind where I've been riding. Fire remains, I'm booking this, see. I drive like a wanted man, and I ain't even sure if anyone is looking for me. Yeah, I stay off the radar, my face can fade off into space. No trace laid the way they all chase. Stay in your lane, y'all ain't playing my game. I came to get it, y'all getting off at the nearest exchange. I'm headed for longevity, revving with a bevy of heavily heavenly mechanisms pulling me ever so swift. And I ain't slipping, I'm drifting, pumping like a piston. Pedal to metal, ready to go the distance. Living on the edge, riding on the rim. No room for time, my arrival is impending. Living on the edge, riding on the rim. Justify sliding when you can fly, it's all within and I'm moving. I got the key that'll start it on the street I departed. Y'all ain't seeing what I mean to be on that road. Ain't no competing, it's hard, I'm overheating, I'm hard. And I ain't breathing till I see what's beyond that road. Full speed and I'm flying, you see me beating the times. Ain't no competing, wanting me to be on that road. Ain't no leading the blind, cause I can read in the signs. Ain't no defeating my drive, I'll be on that road. 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 Be on that road.
Yeah. Was a party up in this motherfucker, man.
Bro, had me hyped up on that one. I was like, no, man.
Yeah, son.
yeah.
How that record sound to you, Ellis, on them cans, bro?
That shit sounds beautiful.
Do push-ups.
Hey.
You know what's crazy is that so originally this is actually the oldest song on the project. This is a song that we recorded before I moved, actually. Before we even were talking about doing an album or anything like that. There was actually a third verse to this, and we decided to cut it out and do that fucking monster musical arrangement at the end and kind of,
Yep.
you know, give it a little bit more musical space to breathe and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I actually totally forgot that there was a third verse. Just, hold on, was there actual? Did you record it?
Yeah, when I recorded that the first time, it was a whole ass third verse on there.
Oh, you know what? This was the beginning of me being really scrutinizing over song length with
yeah,
Alias.
That's
when it started. I was like really hardcore, just like, listen, under 4 minutes, under 3.5 minutes, ideally 3 minutes. That's
but also nah.
hey man, so like my whole thing was just like, you know, people's attention span, and this is something I learned with like our radio PR person, and I'm actually looking for my fucking, there it goes. Our radio PR person who worked our records actually schooled us on like a lot of the methodologies as to like what radio stations and just like media consumption as to like what they actually will take in. So like they're basically saying if they see that you're at risk if you're over 330 3 minutes 30 seconds. You're at risk if you're like at 3:34. That's when you're like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's legit like that.
I got a dude who's like the lead programmer for like a radio station. He runs like two or three stations. And
Okay.
I went to high school with him, and I hit him up. I think when we were first dropping the joints. And he was like, I think I knew high, and he was like, "Yo, this is crazy." He's like, "You gotta send me something that's like
Shorter.
2.5 minutes or something." You know what I mean?
I told you, fam. 3:30 was like I was like, that's the max. Like, we gotta try to keep it like. So here's the thing. Like, for a series of battles, when I was heavy in my beat battle scene, I got acclimated to doing 2-minute like arrangements, complicated arrangements in 2 minutes, right? And I was just like, 2 minutes is kind of the pocket for me now. I was just like, this is it. I could do a lot in 2 minutes that I didn't realize that I could do. You know what I'm saying? Because I was doing the battle shit. So I was like, yo, this is it. 2.5 minutes. That's it. That's the pocket. So 3.5 minutes was like to give some leeway so that we have more creative space. But yeah, that's it. They won't accept a record if if they see that shit at 4.5 minutes, they won't even play it. They won't even touch it. They can love it all day. That don't mean nothing. They have programmed slots. You know what I'm saying? So like they got to fit into like a certain amount of time before an ad comes on and all that shit. So like, yeah, nah, fam. So that was my that's kind of why it was like that. But then, this is the album version of it, and we just said fuck it. We're gonna make it. Actually, I don't really know the length of the song. What is the length? It's 3 minutes and 51 seconds, and that's because of that outro. If we took that outro out, just saying.
Nah, wait, what are you talking about? You
For
talking about
Ride's 3:51.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
we replaced the third verse with the all the crazy shit.
Yeah, but I totally forgot about the third verse. Is what I'm saying, because I did that arrangement like a few years after we recorded. So I totally forgot about it. I was just filling the space in. I was just like, you know what? Not even filling the space. I was like, this is where I felt like creatively it should go. I was like, this is dope. And I wanted to make it feel a little bit more contemporary. So heads know that, like, because this was an older song, to me, this was my way of just like, this was actually made during this time, because you hear the trapped out hats and all this other shit. Just like, oh, okay, this is kind of relatively recent. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you actually called me and were like, yo, listen to this shit. And I listened to it and I was like, yo, what the fuck? And then you were like, I think we should cut the third verse. It's like super long. So it's kind of like third verse, or I feel like the third verse kind of like finishes the kind of the story of the of like what the song is talking about. But for the sake of like listenability, I feel like the arrangement that X did on there was it was worth it. I feel like.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the cosign. Hey, shout out to Nor. Nor said he's glad that we let Everest be longer. Yeah, like we broke a lot of the rules on like that what we were trying to follow, but we still kind of operate within those restraints. If those restraints weren't there, Everest would be 18 minutes long. I'm just gonna let you know that right now. That restraint is there so that Everest could be what it is. You know what I'm saying? But like, hey, I want to shout out to chat real quick, man. Shout out to You're Not Ready. Shout out to Udinite Shade. Shout out to Gonzi Supreme, Team 144, Bong Bong. I see y'all. Shout out to Nor. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cause and Effect. Shout out to everybody who's in the chat, man. Shout out to Van Sleasington, who was here earlier. So he's real. He's probably on his plane now. I think, what is it? Pygowski? Shout out to you, fam. Let's get everybody a shout out real quick, man. Anybody who's taking their time to be here. Grover Neville. Yeah. Shout out to Grover Neville. Precursor Mentality. Precursor, my man, my mellow. I see you, fam. Precursor dropped some heat in our Discord town hall that we had on Thursday night. He's dropping some motherfucking heat. He actually dropped a joint. Not to talk about somebody else's music, but I'm a studio game. This is all family. Yo, he did a track with Surreal. I'm like, how do you know Surreal, fam?
Oh.
Yeah, Surreal. Then Surreal's the homie. You know who Surreal is, right, Elias?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was just like, which is crazy. I was just like, oh shit, you did a song with my Mellows? This is crazy.
You said Precursor?
Yeah, Precursor. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, he did join with them. Shout out to Funk Session. Shit, everybody, man. We appreciate everybody taking their time to hang with us today.
Yeah.
Shout out to the whole
On YouTube,
Yeah.
Gigabyte, S Cube, Dojo Dog, y'all are great.
Yeah, appreciate it. I don't see that chat, so like, hey, everybody who's watching us on YouTube, much love.
Oh yeah.
Much love.
It's a
Yeah.
bunch of our usual Audeze crowd. So
That's dope.
They're
That's super
awesome.
dope.
They're super hyped. They're loving the music, by the way. They're
Hey,
like,
if you guys on YouTube, sorry Grover, I don't mean to interrupt you, but on YouTube, if you want to follow me on YouTube, I go by Beats Rhymes Films. That's my film production company. So it's youtube.com/Beats Rhymes Films. Yes, all spelled properly. None of that. I had to think about it. Just did I do films with a Z? I hope I didn't.
You can
It's
follow me
films.
at Addict as well.
all right, I'm gonna drop the.
Yeah,
links
and that,
for
on that channel you'll find a Dark Time Sunshine video with Aesop Rock, Swanberger, and a
Yep.
few other like hits. I do have a playlist in there that's just like all the directorial work that I did and stuff like that. So you guys can check that out. You know what I mean?
You will also find a video for God Mode, the first song. that
Oh
we
yeah, God Mode is on there.
yeah.
Bong. Yeah, you're right. Thanks.
Yeah.
See, that's
Let me-
why
let me
Ellis
link
is here.
that.
Gosh, I
Link
can't
that
remember
too.
everything.
Addict Factory's in as well.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, the YouTube folks are asking for that. I linked both of those in the recent.
Yeah, gang.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, there we go. It should be.
So we have any other? You have any more questions about that song?
It's just the flow, the pocket, the rhythm is like. Was that something that snapped in right away for you guys, or was that something that you had to tweak a lot? Or
That's kind of when I heard that beat, I was like, oh, this is like that's like my bread and butter, honestly.
Yeah.
That kind of like riding the beat in that way, that kind of cadence, that kind of flow. Headed for longevity, revving with a bevy, a heavenly mechanism pulling me ever, like that kind of shit. Like that's basically like my foundation as an MC. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
yeah. When I heard that track, that tempo, I was like, oh yeah, I already know how I'm rapping on this. You know what I mean? And it just kind of, and then the song itself kind of sounded like, it reminded me of like Knight Rider.
yeah.
Did it really? Oh, for Ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The I don't know. I mean, I'm dating myself here. I don't know if any of y'all even remember the show Knight Rider.
Boy. Oh boy. Everybody knows it. Come on, stop running. Everybody knows. If y'all don't know it,
Just
Sorry.
the feel of the beat. It felt like you were just like driving through like a you know, you've been on like a night drive. You're like driving somewhere like far away, maybe like an hour or two or something, and you just kind of reflecting, and you kind of just on the road, nothing really to see. You just spaced out in your own zone and shit. Sometimes I'll do that. Sometimes I'll just turn the music off and I'll just kind of be alone with my thoughts and shit when I'm driving. And this song kind of gave me that feel, so I kind of wanted to capture that in the lyrics and all that.
yeah. My favorite line is the driving. What was it? Driving like, and you're not even sure if anybody's after you.
I drive like a wanted man, and I ain't even sure if anyone is looking.
For me.
Yeah, that shit. Oh my god, man! Every time I hear that line, I'm just like, yeah, I can't think of that right now because I'm trying to troubleshoot our store real quick. So, but yeah, I quote that line like all the time. I'm like, this is the greatest fucking line. This is the greatest chase scenes line ever, fam. It's just, oh man. I just love that shit.
I mean, as far as like the metaphor of like, you know, the ride, the journey, whatever, that definitely like that was that's a fucking bore.
Yeah, that's a bar and a half,
Stay off the radar, my face could fade off into space, no trace. You know what I'm
Yep, all that, all
Mm-hmm.
that, fire, fucking blaze ass shit. But yeah, the pocket for that. Oh, funny enough, the beat itself, Grover, you might actually like to know this. That beat, with the exception of like maybe some of the additional sounds I added in the arrangement, for the most part, is actually just the melodics is just one sound. It's just it's just one link, like one lick. Sorry, it's just like a one muted like guitar, like bunk. That's it. That's all it was. And I was just like, well, I could do a lot with this. So
yeah.
the bass is like that. The main muted guitar is like that. There's some other sound design stuff that I did in there that sounds like kind of watt out. That's like based on that. It's like a lot of shit. That's like stuff I do when I'm in the lab. Like, all right, well, how do I challenge myself while I make this? I'm gonna just limit it down to one sound. That's what I'm saying. Like the only limitation that we put in ourselves is that pressure to create that diamond. So that's where that comes from. So that's what and then like I basically just I break everything open right at the end for the last arrangement. Just like, well, I'm gonna do whatever I want on this one. So
Yeah. That's kind of, I thought it was such an interesting song too, because it channels that like, I don't want to say melody's dead thing, but it kind of channels like Billie Eilish and some of those other kind of pop folks have done these very
that's dope.
melodies, right? Like these it's all rhythmic, and that song is all rhythm. You know, like you said, the bass line, the percussion, the harmony line, everything is it's all one note, but it's all about rhythm. That song is just pure rhythm, and
I'll take that as a compliment.
It
Billie
breathes.
Eilish, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sure she's watching, so shout out to Billy.
Shout out to Billy. I mean, like, I know, you know what I'm saying, and her brother, you know what I'm saying, because he produced all the records. Hey, fam, if you want that extra flavor and that twist, holla at your boy, you know what I'm saying?
Holla at us for that Almost Nothing collab, fam.
Yeah, that too,
yeah.
because we could do that too, because, you know, we like your shit, you know what I'm saying? We hope you like our shit. Man.
Definitely watching for sure.
Oh yeah.
No, I got a text message earlier saying that she was watching. I was just like, all right.
We got Billy, we got Ninja, we got we got everybody on our screen.
Yeah, why not?
Place to be.
Why not, fam? Why not?
Yeah, I dug that one. And you don't. What's your relationship with the grid, X? Do you do everything on grid, or are you loose with the grid, or what?
I do what feels right. I'm not shy to quantize, but I don't stay 100% on grid. I never stay 100% on grid. I usually do. I do all performances, no quantize, right? So that, and then I just make my adjustments after the fact. Like it's at varying levels for different things. The hi-hats get quantized a certain way, the kicks a certain way, the snares a certain way. It's literally down to that. It's like those three I actually treat very separately. That's always how I program. And then I do like a bunch of offsets to kind of create like this variance of swing or timing that or a pocket that can only really happen by like a live drummer, because you know he's using all of his limbs to kind of create this rhythm. So like I'm gonna like his arm, you know what I'm saying, his hand that's doing the hat versus the hand that's doing the snare versus the leg that's hitting the kick pedal. They're all three different things. They're gonna have their own unique combination of timing. So that's my philosophy behind doing that kind of stuff. And same for the melodic stuff. Actually, a lot of the melodic stuff is actually not quantized.
Right. Yeah, that I can definitely tell. So do you play it in and then you kind of mess with it?
Yeah, I mess with it a lot. I mean, like, you know, you hear it.
Nice.
Like, it doesn't matter how you get there as long as it sounds good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't care if you quantize. I don't care if you don't quantize. None of that impresses me except for like how good it is. And if it's super dope, then that's all that matters to me, man. Super dope, and you were happy when you were making it. You can't ask for more than that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of my philosophy. It's just like you should be having a good time while you're making your music. Yeah, and that's how I feel about it. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah.
Do you use a drum pad, or what do you use, like a push or something like that?
On that record, I actually did. I made that in Logic, so it was just a MIDI keyboard or the MPC. Use that as a controller or whatever. Additionally, when I compose everything in Logic. I mean Logic in Ableton. And so I use the push. So I'm an Ableton artist, and push is my jam. I think it's the best fucking controller on the planet. And just that space inside of Ableton, I'm just able to do so much stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm able to just create, like, I don't know, just about virtually anything. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm really about it. So I'm a big fan of it. But yeah, man, that's it's kind of my workflow, so to speak. But I definitely having the pads and keys and all that stuff. I gotta have the tangibles. I don't just click it in. However, when I edit, I'm clicking it in. You know what I'm saying? So like I do a lot of editing. A lot of my work has a lot to do with the editing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of what you hear is the editing work. That the arrangement, all arrangement is editing. So we do a lot of that. Like we're not really. I'm not shy about it. I'm not like, oh, you know, I'm not a great beat maker because I edit a lot. Nah, fam, I edit. That's why it sounds the way it sounds. It fucking, you know, like I said, it doesn't matter how you get there. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Love it.
Joint.
Cool. Well, why don't we move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Which I believe is new high.
Oh shit.
Is it new high already?
Shit.
New high is the next one.
Oh shit.
Let's get to it, yo. Y'all ready for some jam? You got your headphones on? You ready? I hope you're ready, because here we go.
Give yourself some.
Let it all out to play. Hey, hey. Sailing away and I'm way up high. Making my way, I'm a wave in the sky. Ain't no doubt, yeah, I'ma stay up out here. Raising my aim on the way in the mind. Taking me away and I'm waving goodbye. Yes, apply pressure, best to file lesser. Fresh from my steps, I stretch my stride, catch up. Chest your receptor, bless the dry, testifies on my soul, so I testify, yes sir. Walk the breakdown, clock the slate now. Raw, give it all to the fault to take down. The pause for the cause, got a flaw to shake. Who won't dance with the champ? Give them all the 8 count of 5, 6, 7, 8, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Riding that full throttle, the model, the father, the soul up out of the body. Gotta get hotter, go harder. Maintain the climb, can't change the mind. The main define, they train the blind. It ain't the same thing, the brain can't define. But they saying it ain't saying the things around. I rate the state, the faith, the faith, break. You can't break the pace, the snake take the bait. Woo. New savior to vacate the fate. They faded or elevated to make they escape. New height to reach, too flat to teach. Ooh, I knew how to move my feet. Seduced by the beat, produced by the heat. The two by two, got the two, got deep. I don't think that I can get no higher than I'm feeling right now. Let me calm down. I don't think that I can get no higher than I'm feeling right now. Don't let me come down. I'm headed for that new high. They say you're already too high. I say ain't no damn such thing why you lie. I'ma go when my shoes gon' touch the blue sky. I'ma find that new high. I'm on that new high. I'ma take it so high that I can't see the ground. All I wanna see is clouds when I look down. Hey, tryna chase that high where the colors don't dry. And I feel it all in my veins, in my face, in my bones, my heart and my soul. Yeah, feeling like it's jumping away. Or where the air feels lighter and the sun shines brighter and the shade don't show all day. When you can only get what you were holding in, and you can let it all out to play. Hey, I've been high and I've been low. I'm feeling something in me trying to move my soul. I've been high and I've been low, trying to take it to a place I've never been before. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. Hey, everybody get up. Everybody get up. Everybody get up. Hey, everybody get up. Break down with the passion. Get a little more nasty. Need a little more passion. Hit a little less gravity. Time to hit 'em with the passion. Let's get a little more nasty. Need a little more action. Need a little less gravity. I'ma give you that breakdown. That breakdown. Break it down. Hey, and when it break down, what you gon' do? I'ma give you that breakdown. That breakdown. Hey, I'ma give you that fix up. Ooh, and we gon' put it back better than new. Hey, if it don't move for you, then you move. You maneuver through what eludes you. The truth is through new pursuits, and you prove the clues be greater and elevating what you choose to do. You ain't tried it like this before. Get the flying on the sky, yeah, we lifting off. Yeah, aspire to a height above a distant floor. On fire, take it higher than the risk reward. Yeah, it's on saga with the bonafide fighter. We're playing Mike and Tiger, supply it, stack it, the live wire, the wise rider with the eye of the prize fighter, the blind side of behind side. I'ma see inside brighter. Don't fall to the climb, or fall to your fly. It's the fault of the call to the sky. You revolve with the time of your thoughts, see the grinds and all to give it all to your mind be the ultimate. Don't be an alternate you. I try and shrink yourself smaller to fit through. The greats make it so, and if it ain't the gateway, I just say no. Take it to space when them things don't fly. Making escapes, so rain no shine. Everything's gonna be alright, 'cause everything is gonna be all mine. Take it away, we gon' raid those skies. Make them afraid, 'cause don't think so high. Everything is gonna be alright, 'cause everything is gonna be all mine, all mine. Drinking, smoking, driving, curing, pill, popping, needle, poking, take it, toke it, make it, floating. Now it's a whole new high. Drinking, smoking, driving, curing, pill, popping, needle, poking, take it, toke it, make it, floating. Now it's a whole new high. Cause everything's gonna be all mine, all mine.
Yeah.
Call the coppers. It's a bop.
Oh man.
Oh, dude, someone on YouTube was like, that sounds like everything mixed all over. Aphex Twin, hip hop, pop, ska. Wow, they just threw everything out there.
I'll take all
They're hearing
that.
all sorts of
I'll take it, Tim.
We here for you, my G. We're here for you. But wait, you know, I will say that like we are influenced by all the dope shit. Like let's just not get this twisted. We are influenced very highly by anything dope. You know what I'm saying? So like that's yeah, man. That ain't a thing for us. So what? We're not insulted by any of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What was the So I find this really interesting because this was when I heard this song, I was like, oh shit, they got form. Like they got the structure, because this song is it's very easy to tell what the structure is, and it's really formally complete feeling. What was the process of like putting this song together? I thought the arrangement was really interesting in this one.
Yeah, it's crazy because the original beat was like really simple. It was like that drum break, and that's
it's the first 8 bars. That's what the beat was. Nothing else.
Yeah.
I actually made it because it was there was a show in Orlando called the Fat Gold Chain Chronicles or some shit like that. And basically it's like Blueprint was a part of it. There's a few other people, and basically they took some MCs and grouped them with a random producer, and they got the beats live right then there on the spot and had to perform a song. So you needed a fast beat, a slow beat, and a 6/8, right? That was my fast beat. And I remember when it came on, I think it wasn't, I don't know if it was Blueprint or somebody, but they were just like, God damn it, X. and I actually wasn't even there for it. I actually was in New Jersey working with Miss Hill. So yeah, it was just, yeah. So that's all that was. So I just made like a quick little thing. It was just like, all right, here you go. You know what I'm saying? And I gave it to Alias. Alias came back, we recorded it, and I was just like, you son of a bitch. There's so much shit here. This is what I was talking about, that A, B, C, D, E, F, G sections. I'm just like, you motherfucker. And I'm just thinking, I was like, we got to cut something, right? And did we cut anything? Was there one part that we cut?
I don't think we cut anything, honestly.
Okay, so something almost got cut, and I found a way to make all of it work. So it was just tons of arrangement work after the fact. I was just like, okay.
Work for his money on this one.
Yeah, I would just fist to the sky like, damn you, Alias. Shakes fist. So I basically was just like, all right, well, this is in our wheelhouse. What can I do with it that actually feels compelling? And you know, he kind of goes through a variety of different styles on it, and I wanted to lean into those styles. You know, when he you know, he says, I've been high, I've been low, like that part. I was just like, all right, well, if we're gonna go to church, let's take it to church. You know, play some organ on it, throw some claps on it. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it to church. Let's go a little gospel with it. And then there's the famous Eddie Murphy impression of an Eddie Murphy impression. There's the gravity, ha, ha. So it's basically the famous. It's an impression of Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown.
Not an impression, but he always brings us up on this part. Like, it sounds like you doing an impression of Eddie Murphy doing an impression of James Brown.
He kind of sounds like Eddie. He sounds like Eddie, one, and then the ha, right? That's how Eddie would do, you know, James Brown shit in Delirious. You watch Delirious, man. It's a classic. And it'll never like I can't hear it any other way. But that's what I called it, like the Eddie Murphy part. I remember just saying it to him without even explaining this to him. I was just like, hey man, like, so what about this Eddie Murphy part? And he was just like, what are you talking about? I was like, and that's when I explained it to him, and that's our joke. It's yeah, but yeah, you know, like, he just gave me so much material to work with, and I don't not invite it. I do invite that shit. You know what I'm saying?
But this is the thing. When we first started working together, maybe like the first or second time I was in the studio with X, he told me, and I always remember this, he was like, whatever you want to come in here and do and try, this is like a comfort zone. This is like a safe space. Like, if you want to come in here and do some wild off the wall shit that you might not even think is going to work, let's try it. Let's do it. If you want to come in here and you want to get your emotions out, you want to cry on a record, like, do that. You know what I'm saying? So ever since then, I've always used, like, I've always thought of that, where it's like, all right, what if I try this? What if I try this? I mean, you know, how would this work? You know what I'm saying? And when I was writing it, at first it was like, it made me feel like a b-boy joint, like a b-boy funk type of joint. Just the rhythm, the kind of shit. And I was like, all right, I already know how I'm gonna rap on this shit. And then it just kind of, I came up with the concept of new high. As you can see, like, a lot of my songs are conceptual. The way I write is very conceptual. It's not too often that I'll write like in a super literal way. So once I came up with the concept of new high, and I had all these crazy ideas about like what this means in relation to, you know, the metaphor or whatever, then I just started having all these ideas, and I liked all of them. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, oh, this is really dope. Oh, but this, oh shit, now I got this, so let me not. No, I was like, nah, I'm just gonna hold on to that. And I got this part too, and then I don't know, I just kept writing, and then I wanted to really fucking go off in the last verse, and really like just rap my ass off on it. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of turned into like a little bit more of like a more soulful, because the subject matter is a little deeper than what I was intending to write originally. You know, when you talk about, you know, there's like three things going on. The new high, like, you know, high as in like being, you know, like you elevating yourself, you know, taking life or whatever it is to a new high, be greater and elevating what you choose to do, you know. And then using that as using the metaphor of like a new high, like the feeling, like the, you know, the euphoric feeling, being high, whether it's on drugs or, you know, whatever it is. So we use that as well, and it's just about like, you know, it's kind of open for your own interpretation of what it means specifically to you, of taking, you know, you might be a ballerina and you want to be the greatest ballerina in the world, you know what I mean? Like, this song is I wrote this song for you to want to be that. You might just want to elevate your position in life and just, you know, become a better person or become more successful or whatever it is. You know, so I kind of wanted to be like universal for each individual to hear the song and kind of feel, this is my new high. This is what this song is to me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think for on a creative level, that messaging of like it being a new high and all that stuff, that's what I was following when it came to like me trying to establish a new high for our music. You know what I'm saying?
That
Like
was
I
part
felt,
of it. Yeah.
so that's and I knew that he had these ideas of like, you know, doing like shooting a video and doing like a b-boy event in Puerto Rico and all this other stuff, and I was just like, oh man, this is getting bigger. You know. And
I was gonna say, this song is like, I can see a choreo for it in my head. Like I was like, this is,
yeah, like we were gonna do a video like that like involved all of our peers just vibing out to the song. You know what I'm saying? And intercut with like one of my close homies, Candido, who's an actor and a dancer, and he's been in a video I directed before, and he's a really dope popper. So I was gonna have him like you know basically crump and pop, like, and we just film him like on the LA streets and shit like that, intercut it with that. But we never ended up doing it, just because I was in the middle of The Last of Us Part 2, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
I work for Naughty Dog. And yeah, so like, you know, it was just a busy time, and you know, we had to get that project out the door, so that kind of stifled some of the time to do video production like that. And on top of that, it's really fucking exhausting. Let me just make this very clear. It's really fucking exhausting to have to do every fucking thing.
yeah.
It's just too much to ask of us as artists. I'm just going to continue to say that. Just like, y'all expect too much. I'm sorry, fam. Go fund me on some like $100 million shit, and
Tell
I'll
1,000 of your friends about us so
Yeah.
we can afford to hire some true video for us.
yeah, or like, you know, give me the $100 million. You know what I'm saying? I'll quit my job. I'll do this full time. You'll get all the videos you want. I promise, and they will be wicked too. Nah, I won't even half-ass it. It'll be full-on production. You'll be like, these motherfuckers went all out. You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right. I did it. You're welcome. Now everybody's fired. But no, seriously, it's just a lot of work to do, and with
yeah.
it's just too much. The demand is too high now, and that's the you know, you got to have a big and strong team for that, and we're pretty independent, pretty resilient, pretty private when it comes to our process and stuff like that. We're probably more exposed now than we've ever been before being on Twitch. So that said, if you guys haven't followed your guy on Twitch, X144 Live, alias the Addict, you know what I'm saying? My man Grover Neville's, follow all of us, you know what I'm saying? And you can follow, we have the same hangers on Instagram. So that's, and then follow Almost Nothing on Instagram. All the links. Just get everything, y'all.
Just, you know what I mean? Just do
the thing.
that game where you hit the ball and then it like breaks the blocks or whatever.
Yeah.
All the block breaker.
Like that. You
Yeah.
just go ping, 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 and then just hit all the social medias. Check all the boxes.
Yeah. Do the
Break
thing.
all the blocks, fam.
Break
Okay.
all the blocks, fam. Yeah. I don't know what this means, but like, yeah, just do what he said.
Break out. Nor, thank you for that. He said
Yeah.
super.
There you go.
Yeah, but I just before we move on to the next joint, I just want to like illustrate that this song was definitely a new high for us, and it was super ambitious. I feel like we pulled it off pretty well, and I think it was kind of it was an obstacle. It was like I don't think it was, you know, the top of the mountain, but it was definitely a summit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It was getting over one of those cliffs.
Yep. Agreed. Yeah. It was a good time. It was definitely a challenge to make, for sure. I remember calling him I think I called Alias up a couple times, like, fuck you. Like that's basically. I was just like, fuck, you gave me all this shit to work with, man. Jesus. But yeah. So what's next, Grover?
Next we have Off Center. This is exciting. I love this. Is this the track listing for the album officially to the release order, or is this track listing different?
This is what's interesting. So again, I'll post the link to where to get the album. If you don't mind doing the same thing on YouTube, my guy. Sorry. No, delete that. Oh no. Can you delete that comment?
Yeah, hold on.
On Twitch?
Yeah, it's not like giving a free album out and shit.
Hey, yeah. Well, you could have just like sans that. Can you log into Twitch and just zap that?
You can delete your own comment, man.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
You can't.
No, man.
Oh.
Hold on.
There it goes. There it goes. Zap that.
No,
Should have just maybe making one of my mods a moderator. They'll go in and they'll zap that shit in a heartbeat. But for all you dishonest people out there, go ahead and get that album. I'll shame the shit out of you. I'll shame you to your face.
Thanks.
Well, you can see in the store if anybody's downloaded it, right?
Shame.
Yeah.
Shame.
I can't delete it at the moment. It's not letting me log in to the
Can you just go in and just make one of my Udra a mod? You need a moderator for the stream right now, so like might as well just do it. Yeah.
Well, I'm not logged into I'm not logged in as the Audeze Twitch on Twitch. I'm logged in as myself. Hold on.
Is that how you do
it's
it?
Weird because it's like, because
hold on.
the Audeze.
No, wait. Dance Like Butter just gave you the cheat code. Do that.
He has to be logged in as Odyssey though.
So do we need Jaren to be a part of that?
Well, I don't know who the Audeze is now. I think it's under Mark or somebody like that. I never actually had. This is gonna sound so silly. I never actually had full. It was never under my email for Audeze Twitch. So.
Okay.
We just gonna get it off the chat. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, everybody, let's glow the fuck up. How about that?
Yeah, let's
Let's glow it up.
Yeah, because it asks you for the passcode to log in to Twitch. I don't have the email address it sends that to. I know that sounds so dumb, but
it does. I have many things that I want to say right now.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Huh? It's my fault.
Sorry, I said don't be sorry.
By the way, the LUT looks great on Twitch, X.
Thanks, man. Yo, look at what Cause is doing. Cause, you're a fucking gangster. Just massive paragraphs. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. Bye. I love it. Oh, shout out to Drea. Drea on here just like, yeah, spam city, fam. Look at all my emotes. These are my favorite emotes. I use these all the time. That's what she's doing right now. She's like, look at all my emotes. That's amazing. Oh my God. That's fucking awesome. There you go, guys. I really thought I had that link. That's what I get for troubleshooting while we're on stream. So that's my fault, y'all. But yeah.
What a bunch of homies though. Like, wow.
Yeah. Gangsters, man. Gangsters.
They came in. Real solid.
Mrs. 144 in the building.
Great folks.
Shout out, darling. My love. It's good to see you in here. Fucking amazing. Oh man. There you go. See, that's how you see a community just come together. Like, wait. This is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. We're us to the rescue.
Everybody on YouTube is like, what the fuck is going on over there, fam?
It's not, yeah, you know what? And here's the thing, though. Like, it hasn't stopped a purchase yet. I've been getting hit with notifications just like ever since that happened. Just like, well, let's buy it more.
We're gonna get spammed.
Let's buy it more, motherfucker. Yeah. Let's go. Oh my God. Anyway.
Anyways, what do we got? What do we got next? Off Center?
We have Off Center. So I was asking you, is this going to be the track listing for the album. What's the track?
So there is no track listing. It's how you want to listen to it. We're in the playlist era, fam. So the tracks are just, when you get the album, you just get a folder full of songs, and you make the order the way you want. Yeah. you what?
He was asking if he's downloading a T-shirt.
You're downloading a T-shirt. It's basically, play it the way you want. You make the album listing. Whatever. This is your album. We just made it. That's how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Doesn't matter what order we put it in. You guys are gonna change the order anyway. So why the fuck are we gonna put an order? Those are your songs. You know what I'm saying?
It gives me a little bit of anxiety though, because I have a way that I want it to be.
Oh. I guess we should have talked about this.
Now we talked about it before. But
That is gravy.
eventually there might be a track listing that comes out.
Yo, someone just came into the YouTube chat and was like, "Hello, guys with strong necks."
Oh, strong necks. That's us.
I love that.
We're not small. I'll tell you that much. We two big ass dudes. But anyway, let's get into the next joint, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do off center.
Let's do off center.
Let's go.
Here you go.
Hey, swing high at the odds that I'm fighting. It's like a rope on my throat and it's tightening. When all the darkness in my life gon' lighten, so things can brighten. The scenes are frightening. The glares them in the air, thinning and stifling. Well, is it the right things that I'm inviting? The visions that I see in my dreams are striking like beams of lightning and things enlightening. Can't stay on track if halfway. Start up on the wrong foot, end up on the last leg. Falling way off map the pathway. My days got no color, just flash shades of black gray. Put my heart on display in a glass case and leave it out in the open like that's safe. I just wanna live the moment like my last day. My passion's past day, passe pathways. And still I know my lane is unpaved, but ain't no way to save it for the grave. Hey, I know that I've been living like another day is given, but there isn't nothing bigger than the day. You did it all. You did it all for. If you did it all for you, don't throw me off my center, at all. I did it all so, and I did it all so true. Still I'm falling off my center, my center. Cost for not playing the costume, 'cause they don't say what it costs you. Once you lost, you know where it flows, and that's the way it falls. Under the weight of the force you do. Well, I'ma carry the cross on display in the card to show it ain't impossible for you to break that mold. It's a cold day, it's a hot night. Throw a search party, that's the spotlight. I found someone there, it was not I. Get yourself down, word with the top light. It's a dark fight, sometimes a hard life when you try to choose your view. Get your heart right, looking for the wrong thing, you could be losing you. I try and push the doors, but I'm just a wall. Climb just to fall, the grind crushed it all. The mind must evolve, find lust to brawl, but I touched the ceiling when I brushed it all. I try and push the doors, but I'm just a wall. Climb just to fall, the grind crushed it all. The mind must evolve, find lust to brawl, but I touched the ceiling when I brushed it all. You did it all for. If you did it all for you, don't throw me off my center, at all. I did it all so, and I did it all so true. Still I'm falling off my center, Stay down when you're beating up ground, no beating up bounce when you hit that floor. Or you could just pound with your fist until it's down. If you drift into the fight and show your grit in war. Well, if it's for the power or the riches, what the crowd's all wishing, you could drown what you're fishing for. See, it can work out so different. I am out your attrition. Could've found what you were missing more, but you did it all. You did it all for. If you did it all for you, don't throw me off my center, at all. I did it all so, and I did it all so true. Still I'm falling off my center, at all. You did it all for. If you did it all for you, don't throw me off my center, at all. I did it all so, and I did it all so true. Still I'm falling off my center, off my center.
Yeah.
Yo, how long is that song? That shit sounds. After listening to New High, it sounds mad short and shit.
That shit is what is that?
Normal song length.
No, it's 3:54. It's a little lengthy, And then the New High is 5 minutes. You know what's actually, here's the thing that kind of back to what we were talking about the time length restrictions. New Song is our highest streamed song. I mean, New High is our highest streamed song, and it's a long single. It's 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So fuck you, radio.
Yeah, fuck you, dudes.
Well, it's
Fuck
the thing
you.
with Bohemian Rhapsody, right? They're like, this is too long for radio, but they did it anyways. And
Yep. And it's just like, eat a donkey dick, buddies. How about that? Plenty of donkeys out there.
I mean, it's
Just saying.
basically Bohemian Rhapsody. I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it's like right up.
It's pretty much just, it's like you got the Freddie Mercury thing going on.
Oh my
It's
god.
high. That song has some high ass parts in it.
That's true.
It does. It does. It does have some pretty challenging, difficult parts to sing. You know what I'm saying?
Some new highs,
I
even.
mean, it's high. It's got some high shit in it.
Yeah, it is.
There's so many different flows. It's weird because I always notice some songs feel long, but they're short. And some songs feel short, but they're long.
Mm-hmm.
That one has such a interesting mix. There's like, you mix up the flow so many times. There's like one part that almost sounds like Lin-Manuel Miranda-esque, and then there's like more boom bap stuff, and then there's like, it's all over in that song. It's cool.
We out here, baby.
Yeah, we out here.
Someone
that's
asked in the
that's a
YouTube-
massive compliment from my man Mamelo. He love him some
Yeah.
Lin. Yeah, some Lin
That's
Miranda.
like a phone. I don't like that scooped kind of like up and down, like stretched thing that he does. It was like,
He probably
that
got
was what I thought of.
He probably got it from Alias, to be honest. But however, you ain't. That's not how you get casted in one of his plays, my G. So just give the credit, all right? So just go get casted in that next Hamilton joint that he working on right now.
So far, we've determined.
Actually,
that,
I don't know why you not. You know, you need to be looking out for whatever the next gem is, and fly out to New York and go audition.
Yeah.
Stop fucking around.
maybe.
That's your. Hey, man.
Theater near you, y'all.
I'm just saying.
Broadway.
That's how it'd be the end of Almost Nothing. Just to let you know that, because it'll just be on Broadway all the time. You know what I'm saying?
Non-paying ass rap music.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go do this theater. I'm a thespian now.
I'm a little salty that they didn't cast me in the new West Side Story. You know what I'm saying? But
You do.
See?
You kind of look like Ethel
Did you
Merman
audition?
or Liza Minnelli. You know.
Did you
Yeah,
audition?
nah.
You didn't audition? Shut the fuck up, man. See, he be auditioning for stuff. Don't get it twisted. So this is a legit conversation. Just like, did you go for it?
I didn't see any cast. They probably had like, you know, they probably had like their people that they knew they wanted in it and shit. I didn't see anything. But Grover, you were saying something. We cut you.
Yeah, some bullshit. That was probably more interesting. Whatever you guys were saying was definitely more interesting. Someone asked in YouTube what you recommend for ear training. They're like, I want to be able to listen to shit better.
Kind
of an interesting question.
Wow, for ear training. I would, you know what I did? I started to listen to jazz. Jazz is very, very dense. Now, mind you, I'm talking about when I was 16 years old, right? Like 15, no, less than that, younger. So I was just like, you know, this is a major foundation in hip hop. I want to be able to listen to the genre and appreciate what they're doing. And I remember just, you know, really mostly listening to like, you know, rap shit and pop music, right? As well as like R&B and all this other stuff. But when I would listen to jazz, I just remember like feeling how complicated and dense the texture was. It's just so much music in jazz happening at once, right? It's a lot of music happening at once. And I feel like that's that influence of jazz is in the way I compose, right?
Yeah.
Like it's just a lot of music is in there. It's not jazz. I'm not using jazz phrasings or like any of the dissonance that jazz creates and stuff like that. So there's not. I actually, I create tension in other ways, but not like how they do it musically, and not chordally. You know what I mean? Like not harmonically. But I do it more sonically, if anything, more like sound selection and arrangement and timing. So it's
texture, rhythm.
Yeah.
But I feel that in your music you have a flow to it that is there's a seamlessness to it, and I feel like, you know, in jazz they talk about the pocket, and sometimes the pocket pulls forward and sometimes the pocket leans back, and then there's a little space where whatever's happening melodically or vocally sits in the middle there, and I feel like your music taps into that. I definitely heard that. I was like, this guy listens to a bunch of jazz, I bet.
I do and I don't. I used to. So that was my ear training, and I would do it like I did it. Yeah, I did it as a test. But it's funny because like when I would just like, you know, on the come up, being a young beat maker, if I sample some jazz piano, man, like that would be the hit, you know, around, you know, with my muse. It's just like they would say to me like, you were a jazz player of some sort in your past life. Like, you just get this shit. Like, when you sample jazz, it just makes sense. And I agree with it. Like, when I would sample something that was, like, super jazz heavy, it just completely makes sense to me. So it's, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is about it. It just kind of resonates with me. Now, I also, like, I grew up listening to Egyptian music, right? So for those that don't know, I'm Egyptian. My family's Egyptian. And that music is very dense, but there's a lot of unison lines, but there's a ton of polyrhythmic stuff happening, right? So that's another thing that I do as well. Like, you hear a lot of unison lines with me and stuff like that. I really like unison lines. I'm a big fan of that shit. But yeah, for ear training, I think it's just exposure. But I would say listen to something that you find the most musically challenging to listen to. Do it in small chunks. I remember I could start out listening to like a jazz song. I could only listen to like 2 minutes of it, or and I was just like, oh, it's so much. I just can't do this. You know what I mean? And that's how I would do it.
Nice, love it. How did you train your ears in terms of like audio stuff, in terms of the mixing?
That's just time.
What came up in YouTube.
That's just time.
Yeah.
Time. Yeah. Time and time and application. A lot like failing, making a lot of mistakes and stuff like that. Failure is probably your best teacher. You know what I mean? But if you're not like a mixing engineer or nothing like that, you just want to be able to appreciate music as an audio file. I would say when you're listening to a record that you really like, because this is easy to do, focus on one instrument and just listen to that one instrument all the way through and all of its attributes. And then do the same, listen to it again, listen to a different instrument in the arrangement, just listen to that. And just make your rounds, because if you really love, like, definitely pick your favorite song so you don't get tired of it. And I think that's probably a good gateway drug to becoming an audiophile. Gateway drug. Yeah, man, this is the drug, fam.
Yeah, he got them golden future ears. You're not allowed to touch them.
Yeah, man. You know
insured ears.
You know what I'm saying? Like
insured ears, though.
Like J-Lo.
Hey, man. Shit, that makes sense. Watch, I need to look into that. Just get my ears insured.
Yeah.
I literally make my living with my ears, so like if I don't have my ears, then I'm fucked. You know what I'm saying?
J-Lo can get caboose insurance. You can get ear insurance.
Why the fuck not? Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sweet. So Alias, was that something that you knew you were going to do something a little bit more, I don't want to say pop oriented, but it's like a little bit more, you know, harmony, a little more melodic lines. Did it just come out that way, or was there a...
Yeah, I mean, it's never like super deliberate. It's always kind of whatever I feel from the song. But I definitely, I guess I wanted to kind of take a deeper dive into like that kind of sound. Because I've always done melodies and stuff. A lot of my early stuff was like very like rappy, but the hook was always melodic. There always was some kind of melody to the hook. And I just been kind of like slowly but surely like blurring those lines between, you know, what the verse sounds like and what the hook sounds like, you know, and kind of incorporating more of those elements that I would write for the hook and incorporating that into the verse. That's just kind of something I've been evolving over however many years. And yeah, this is definitely like the most like singy I had done at that point, especially with the hook, because like, you know, some of those lines are pretty up there.
Yeah.
A lot of my early melodic stuff was kind of like rapper singing kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like what I'm doing on Ride, like I think
Just melodic stuff, yeah.
You know?
I remember when we recorded it, like I forgot. I think we might have been a verse or two into it. I stopped, like after one take, and I was just like, "Do you rap on this at all?" Because I didn't know what he was doing, right? So I was just like, I didn't hear any demos, nothing. He just came in, went in the booth, and did his thing. Started to do his thing, and I was just like, "Oh, okay, all right. Where's this going?" Yeah, this is cool. Where's this going? And I was like, "Are you rapping on this at all?" He was like, "Nah." I was just like, I could fuck with it. Now let's go. Now I know what we're doing. And he laid down, like what we do is lay down all the lead vocals first. And then that's when I was like, all right, so what did you have in mind? He was just like, I don't know. He didn't have like any harmonies or nothing in mind. I'm just like, all right, let's get to work. And that's where we started to really, really focus on vocal arrangement. And that, I would say that between Mirage and Off-Centered, that's where we found our current style of recording, like our current workflow. We will stop and just focus on an idea. Like after he lays down something, sometimes we don't move past it until like the idea's out. Like I'll hear something in my head like, hey, I want you to do this here. Let's just do it now. And we'll just do it before we even move on to the next part of the song or next section of that verse. We just stop and like fully flesh it out, right? And that became our thing. And we would even start to do this shit that in Sleepaway, where we actually stopped and I actually started to do some rough mixing on it because I wanted to hear where it could go. And then I was like, all right, now let's record more. This is the idea. You know what I'm saying? And luckily, Alias has got like a vibe endurance. I don't know how he's able to maintain it, but he does it. Like we'll stop recording for like 30 minutes, and you know that's a big fucking no-no in like the recording realm, right? But we'll stop for 30 minutes, discuss shit, come up with new shit, or like he'll let me flesh something out right then and there so that he could record more to it. And it's kind of like stopping and saying, all right, I'm gonna write a B section. I'm gonna change the chord progression. We're changing the key to this, that, and the third, and blah, blah, blah. Now sing over this. That's sort of our practice. We don't literally do that, but like that's something I could see happening sometime in the future and shit like that. But that's just how we work now. It's just, he's able to fucking do it. And on top of that, I'm gonna just highlight something real quick. He recorded Off-Centered. Did we record another song that day?
It's all kind of blurred. So I was out there for like a week.
Off-Center was the last day. I think he recorded Off-Center, and we're talking about everything, the entire vocal arrangement. If you guys heard it, it's very rich, right? So we spent like, I don't know, better part of the entire afternoon doing that, and then we hop in the car and drive out to Vlad's studio, and he records another song. And lays down a whole other fucking thing with vocal harmonies on the chorus and all this other shit. And I'm paying attention to like his vocal health, right? Because that's part of what I do as a vocal producer, just listening to that. And he sounded pristine the whole day. I was like, something has happened to this motherfucker, man. Because he didn't have that vocal dexterity that, back in the day. So his breath control and his vocal dexterity just went like completely transformed. And that's when I knew for sure, just like this is like, we need to do a group thing. This is it. I don't want to work on anything else. Like that's something rare. You know what I'm saying? So like that, you know, I was just like, all right, I fell in love with this nigga again. That's basically what I did. I fell in love with my man's again, just like, hey, whoo, man, this motherfucker. But seriously, I was just so impressed by it. I was just like, I have only seen a few people be able to pull that off. Me at my height, and like, it takes a lot of work to get there. Like I would lose my voice after every show, and after doing like a tour of 40 cities in like 2 months is when I gained that dexterity. But it took like going through like fire to get it. Him and Swanberger, I'd see them they could record all day. Voice never changes at all, and it's amazing. It's just mind blowing. I haven't done like a full day like session with Midas, but I feel like Midas is the same way too. Like those three brothers are just like, they're born to record. Indefinitely. It's fucking crazy. I just don't understand how that works. But like, yeah, let's go, fam. Let's go. Yeah. But that yeah. Salute to you, man. Toast to you.
From the, you know, the audio guru and shit. So that's super high praise, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Almost nothing, baby.
That trip we did God Mode first.
Yep.
And then we did Mirage.
No, God Mode we did here. God Mode was the test in the LA room.
Oh, we did. You right.
So we did Mayhem, Mirage, and then Off Center, and that's the beginning of the album. That was the beginning of the album.
We actually recorded 2 more joints that didn't end up making the cut.
Yeah, we did. I remember that video of me reacting to one of them joints. Oh man, yeah. No, we actually did record 2 more joints. Oh shit, I forgot about those. I know that Alias still wants to defeat those, but I keep just throwing like more beats at him to make him forget about those songs.
the one I still want to do.
I know.
I'm gonna record it here and send it to you, and you can be like, all right, you right, fam.
Yeah. There might be one of those joints where I just Everest is actually a song where I was just like, we'll get to it. You guys will see what I'm talking about. I think that's
actually, I was gonna say that's the next song. Why don't we roll it?
Yeah, let's roll it, and then, you know, you guys. This is a song that almost didn't make it. This is a song where I was just like, I don't know, fam. I don't know.
This is the song that I was like, absolutely motherfucking not. This shit is good. We gonna make this song happen. I don't care.
I don't know, cause I didn't like really like the beat, and I just threw it at him. I was just like, yeah, let's see what you do with it, whatever, you know. It's almost like a prank, like, you know, there you go.
He just wasn't getting it. He was just like, I'm not seeing the vision. I'm not really like getting what you're like. What we're trying to do here.
So basically, we recorded the lead vocals, and the session ended early, and that's all we had, right? So he left me with the demo of the lead vocals. And at the end of the session, I was just like, I don't know. And then I listened to it like a few times, like, I don't know. And then like, we weren't able to record again for like 2 or 3 weeks. And then I called him up like maybe 2 weeks after we recorded. I was just like, I get it now. I got it. I don't know what I was thinking before. I totally see it now. Let's go. And yeah, and this is it. So we hope that you guys enjoy it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like I let myself down. Feeling good at the foot of the mountain, I pause to take a peek up at the peak. What a beautiful destination. I can't be messing with rest or hesitation. I need respiration, I need restoration. Climbs a test of patience, death the exploration. Reset the expiration, but a declaration test the desperation. Till the muscle was weak, I slowly just shuffled my feet, and a cold it just muffled the speech. Then I stalled and I struggled to sleep. Then I took a peek up at the peak. What a life lifetime away. I'm afraid I will pray, I won't stray, I won't lay down at night. I will lay down my life in the fight for my fate. I'll do great, I won't wait, I will write every day. I'm gon' brighten my light up, go right up and stay. Alright, I'm okay. I'll raise up my fire at the height of the night. I'ma rise up the spot, all my vitals are taking a turn. Should've went straight up, I'm taking turns. And I'ma try not to look down. Don't push me. Oh, I'm so close to the edge. In the air at this altitude. Ooh, it'll mess with your head. Top of the world. Gotta pay for such a long climb and a short fall. And I brace for my ending, my sequel, my breakthrough. I bleed through, I rebuke my evil. The shit on my easel is clear. There goes my life, just leaving me behind. There goes the last thing keeping me alive. There goes my ship sailing goodbye. There goes my sweet, sweet chariot. There goes my ride, just leaving me behind. There goes the last chance passing by. There goes my last dream in the sky. There goes my sweet, sweet chariot. I can feel it move. I can feel it on the move. I can feel it traveling around and moving under me. The dirt above me crawling, tumbling on me and smiling. Can you save me? Can you save me? Ooh, can you save me? Can you save me? Bit by bit, I'ma make my time. I'm on it tick by tick. I'ma take my time. I'm on it brick by brick. I'ma lay my way. I'm on it inch by inch. I'ma make my way up the mountain. Sometimes I feel like the world let me down. Disappointment annoying my voice. I could point to the choices avoided. The void, that's the poison devoid of the many temptations. Displacing my greatness, I'll make it submit to my fate. It's just you break when you placing no value on how you create. I'm embracing my nakedness, facing my fate with this wager. I made just my stake in this wake up. It's Everest, 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 Everest. Every single day ever since I was of age, I will rain in my pain on my rage. I will lay it on the page like the ink in the pen with the blood coming straight out my veins. Needing to bleed out the angst, I'ma scream out my brains. Fever the need of refrain. I've been in peace, I've been in war. I've been in pieces, now sweep up the floor. At least when the reaper comes calling, you all have been all in. Not deep, can I reach from the shore? I was defiant, I'd rather just die than a lion. Compliant, I'm vying for a higher science. I'm trying to find a divine fire. I've been eyeing since I begun climbing this giant man. I've been pleading to the heavens. Maybe it's my lucky day. I've been hoping sweet karma's gonna sweep my way. Yeah. I've been counting on more strength. I've been praying to the skies. Maybe Mother Earth will hear my cries, take my day. There goes my life, just leaving me behind. There goes the last thing keeping me alive. There goes my ship sailing goodbye. There goes my sweet, sweet chariot. There goes my ride, just leaving me behind. There goes the last chance
Man, that's a heavy ass track.
Man, that shit still gives me goosebumps, bro. And I've heard that shit like a million times, man. Yo, the way that fucking the X snaps at the like on the end with the strings and the keys, like none of that shit was in there.
Yeah.
None of that shit was in there. Like it was like the main loop, and then it was like it gets kind of bigger in the hook, like and like all that other shit. That none of that was in there.
Yeah, that's another. Yeah.
When I heard that second verse, and I heard like all the musical shit that he put in there, I was like, this motherfucker right here.
I think at this was this before New High or after New High?
This was before New High.
Yeah, I think this is when I was just like, all right, well, this is what we do. Here we go. That's basically how I felt. I was just like, well, all right, motherfucker, this is where we're going. Let's go with it. And this is our sound. We just gonna go all the way there. No apologies necessary. And just
That's one of my favorite songs, period. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's that's a special joint. That's for sure. That's a special joint for sure. But yeah, man.
I knew it was super important to me and super personal to me. And that's why when he was like, I'm not really getting it, I was like, no, bro, you have to get it. You have to. I don't know, and I'm like, we're not doing this, man. Like this shit is like this is necessary. You know what I mean? This is probably like the most personal song I've up to that point I've probably written.
Yep, that was it. So I made it personal. I actually was like really unsure about all of it too. I was just like, I don't know if this really works. You know, like I don't know if this is where it's at. I think this is the one song where you actually came over to the lab so that I could work on the arrangement. Then you come over one night and that's all we did. We didn't record shit.
Yeah, I do remember. I don't know if it was this song or something else, but yeah.
It was this one. I think it was this one. Yeah. So there's a lot behind that, man. Grover, how you doing?
Doing great. This one, that one's, there's just so much, and that was kind of just leaning back and seeing what you guys had to say about it.
Yeah, it's a
hefty. It's the full double cheeseburger with the third bun in the middle.
My man said he got the itis after listening to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on in that song. There's a lot to move in that song. You know what I'm saying? So like it's
the super combo burrito, double wide jacuzzi hot tub with a view.
Jesus, like, all that, man. You got food and bathtubs? Like what's going on? Like what's going on?
Gotta eat food somewhere. I mean,
yeah. You gotta eat your food in the bathtub, fam. Like that's just yeah. You and the food floats. You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen those little? They got the floating platforms with a bathtub. They're like little. People put little candles, and they get like a Domino's pizza.
Yeah, they got those for like pools and shit.
Yeah.
And people in like the Philippines and someplace like in some like super fancy ass resort, and
yeah,
the guy brings them a tray like in the pool and just like floats it out to them. I'm like, I need to be there, fam. That's where I need to be.
Yeah, it's places you pay like $500 a night to live in a hut.
I don't know about any of this stuff. I live in this room. I sleep right here, actually, right back there. I don't know anything about anything that y'all talking about. That sounds amazing. Oh, did we lose you guys? Is the stream? Everybody went quiet. Okay.
No, the stream's still there.
We back.
Still
Okay,
cool.
Cool. We back.
They're talking about that third bun.
That third bun.
They're all on the third bun. Yeah.
Jesus. I don't even know what this means. What is this? There's so many inside jokes. I'm out of the loop. I'm over here trying to troubleshoot more shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man. Grover, you had any questions about that? Like,
yeah. What was that? How long did the song take to actually flesh out from that initial? Was this one that took a long time, or was it?
I think it was the second session. I think it was this when we came in and we started doing like all the like the nuance shit and like all the like shit that you only hear if you're wearing these headphones type of shit.
Yeah, it takes me about, if I sit down and like dedicate like full evenings to it, it takes me about 2.5 days to flesh out an arrangement like that.
The thing with doing the music that we make and the the kind of music that we make is it feels new every time. It feels like its own unique experience every time. And I feel like breaking down these songs, we're like, oh, this was the song that like it was like, oh, this was the song that made me realize this. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like we keep saying that, but like it felt like that because every song was just like its own unique and just difficult experience. You know what I mean? It was like its own problem to solve. So by the second session, when we started doing like there's a part in the first verse where it's like, I'm gonna bright in my light up this day. All right, I'm okay. I will bright every day. I'm gonna light up, and then we go in the back and we're like, and we're doing like all the rhyming words, but it's like the way that it hits, it feels like it almost feels like a choir or something is like behind it. And when we started doing shit like that, that's when it kind of really took off. And I think the hook from the jump was pretty strong. There goes my life, just leaving me behind. And the way the hook comes in on the beat from the jump was super powerful. So I think that was good. I think I originally intended it to be like in a higher register. So like when I'm like, sometimes I feel like the world let me down, I originally was gonna be like, sometimes I feel like the world let me down. Disappointment and noise in my voice, I could point to the choices avoided. You know what I'm saying? But the way we recorded it and I've done this a lot. I don't know why or how.
I'm about to say that, just like you. This is like the 5th song that you said this shit.
I don't know. Like in my there's like something in the transition between like me in my room alone performing the song and then getting on the actual mic and performing the song. I don't know, it's weird. It's like, okay, this is actually how it's gonna sound, as opposed to how it sounds in my head a million times of playing it over and over. Like, this is how I picture it. You know what I mean? And that in itself is a super challenge too, and it can be really discouraging when you have this idea of how you want the song to sound in the final product, and then trying to get it there and not being able to get it there is super tough. It's a really tough thing.
He'll tell me this stuff like after the song's like done. He's just like, yeah, I wanted to do that in the lower register or higher register, and can we go re-record it? No. He's always like, I want to re-record these parts, and I'm just like, no, this is perfect. What are you talking about? There's a lot of elements to our songs where he's just like, he's got recording regret. And it's and I'm just like, no, man, this is it, bro. I'll say this. This is something I learned recording myself. I record all kinds of imperfect shit, but I'm just like, that was it. That was the vibe. That was the energy of that day. That was that moment. There's nothing more important than capturing the moment. It's actually more important than capturing exactly what you envisioned, because what you envisioned will never feel like the moment. It's all about what feels best, not what always sounds best. That's kind of my philosophy. It's just like, how does it feel? And every time I'll entertain, I was just like, all right, fine, we'll record it. We'll do it. I don't think it's gonna work. And then we record it, and I was just like, it doesn't work. We never keep it. There's like one time, I think it was one time you recorded something, and I was just like, okay, that was better. I forgot which time it was, but it's never like the day of, fam. It never has the energy of that day where we're like figuring it all out. The ether is like stirring fucking crazy in the room, right? Like what's cool about it, this is what I like about what that means. In those moments in the session, we actually don't know what we're going to be doing that day. So that newness, that freshness about capturing that moment is what makes those takes special. So then after you live with it and you fully realize it and you come back, the energy is never the same because you're now going into it knowing exactly what it is and what you want it to be. And it never really has that, like, to me at least, that's how I interpret the breakdown of what that means. You know what I'm saying?
I feel a little bit conflicted on that. I feel that.
I know you
but
do,
part of me is like, so like when with the session he was talking about, where we went to another studio and I recorded a song with some other producers. When I got done recording it, he was like, "Yo, you fucking recorded that shit in like 2 takes." He's like, "You never do that shit." And I was like, "I've been sitting on this song. I've been performing this song for like 2 years. I've been sitting on this song forever." So it was like so fresh, and so I just had it down so well. I knew exactly how to perform it, and that shit just coasted me through the whole session. So I think there's definitely something in being more familiar with the song and being able to perform it to a different level, as opposed to just, you know, kind of still figuring it out. You know what I mean?
Yep, agreed. No, I get it. But still, you know what I'm saying? I judge you for it. It's just, no.
So
No.
So had a really good question in the chat here. He says, I just want to know when I need to book my flight to see Almost Nothing's first live show.
Oh, wow.
Man, we booking flights and shit?
I know. We got people traveling across the country to see us rock. Like, this is way beyond what I thought was possible. I don't know, fam. I don't know when we're rocking the show again. We'd have to figure out what that means. I feel like our show requires like background singers, a live little quartet. You know what I'm saying? Just a horn section. You know what I mean? I don't know what that looks like for us. It'd probably be me in the back with an Ableton push, pressing a button, and then kind of being a hype man. I don't know what that looks like. I've never been in a live performance in that capacity where I'm not the front man. So that's going to be different. I don't know what that looks like for us.
Guess we better figure it out.
I guess so. Motherfuckers really want us to rock. I kind of don't care to rock anymore. I'm just like, nah, I'll just work on the next record. I'm just going to work on the next record. You know what I'm saying?
I think it depends on the show. I do.
Yeah, if we're rocking for like 5,000 people, I'm there. Let's go. I'm kind of at that place where it's just like, man, I've been doing this for too long. I'm not playing for 5 people. Fuck that. I no longer subscribe to my philosophy of 5 or 5,000 shows the same. I no longer subscribe. Well, actually, no, I do subscribe to it. So if I was to do a show, the show would be identical, whether it's 5 or 5,000 people. Yes, I subscribe to that. I just don't want to show up for the 5. I don't want to show up for the show where it's just like 5 people. It's just like, nah.
I mean, it's never going to be 5 at this point, but that's also
you will be surprised. We go to the right city, we will find that 5-person show.
Oh, I mean, but we're not talking about like, you know, putting together a whole ass Almost Nothing tour, you know. But yeah. I mean, as far as like, we could do a show in Long Beach, and I could, you know, we could.
Yeah, fair. Not fair. That's what's up. That's what's up.
But I think getting out to, like, you know, we need to get a PR person in like Germany or something. That's what we really need.
Yeah.
You need the Japan-Germany thing, fam, because that's where it's actually at. Like, those folks are mega fans.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I got love for Japan and Germany. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's go.
That's like, you could be an indie band and play the Budokan in Tokyo. Like, that's like,
I don't even know what that is, but I want to play it now.
it's a giant
Let's play
sports
it.
stadium.
Let's go. So Soy, all right. So this is what's going down, Soy. How about this? Why don't you book Almost Nothing to come rock in Orlando? We'll come to you, fam. You know what I'm saying? You just get the promoter to book the flight and pay our rate. We'll be there, no problem. You know what I'm saying? That'd be dope. That'd be love. I mean, I I got fans in Orlando. Let's go. Let's make it happen, Soy. This is on you now, Soy. Good luck. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently, Soy's the new tour manager, y'all.
He's the new tour manager, you know what I'm saying? But no,
on the new position.
yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's just like, I don't know what a show looks like for us, man. I'd be interested to see what that looks like. I'm gonna put, like, you know, my best foot forward in that motherfucker. I'm gonna put my foot in it, basically, for lack of a better term, and then see where it goes. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be dope, though. I would say that, man, if we did an Orlando show, we could actually call on to a lot of people to make that show great. We could tap the shoulders of many great musicians to make that show great. I think that'd be really cool. That's my opinion.
We do the LA show first.
Oh yeah. No, for sure. No, we could do the LA show first. I'm not against it. I sound crabby about it, but like I'm totally down.
Yo, shout out to Michelle. Michelle finally made it. Michelle G. Honda.
Oh shit.
Well, Michelle.
What up, Michelle? Did you get your download?
Nice. That's
what I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. Did you get your download?
Down under.
The download down under. All right, Grover. What's the next move, man? Mr. Host with the most?
Next move is... That's not the right list.
Shout out to Mr. Clorox, by the way.
Oh,
Shout out to you, fam. He been rocking with us.
Mm-hmm.
Big ups. Yeah, big up to him. You know what I'm saying?
Sleep Away
Yeah, man.
is up next.
Sleep Away. Okay. So that's the last single that we dropped.
That is the last single that we dropped. Oh, we're approaching the end here.
One of my favorites.
Yeah, this is actually on Sleep Away. This is where you guys are here at the end. The last verse is where we, like, mid-session, I stopped and was just like putting effects on his vocals and doing all this other shit and blah 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 blah. I was like, this is what we're doing. This is it. And I think I did that for like a couple different sections, right? I was just like, we're doing this. This is what it's gonna feel like. It's gonna feel like this.
This is the song that we actually cut a section of it because it was getting lengthy.
I don't even remember that, but thank you for remembering it. I know, like, when we cut a section of the song, it's like cutting, like, you know, an appendage off of Alias. He just like loses the arm. He's just like, I remember it, motherfucker. You see this?
That existed.
Yeah, I do. Look at this stump. God damn it. I was just like, I don't remember it. This turned out great. All right, let's get into it. Let's check it out.
Ears don't wanna hear it, eyes don't wanna see it, nerves don't wanna fear it, smile don't wanna cheer it. Did you make it up? She said it's fake to us. Soul don't wanna feel it, heart don't wanna heal it, mind don't wanna deal with it. Trying to know what's real, but is your faith enough? Then don't wake her up. I'm the one that's standing, lies that understand it. I don't wanna panic, but I can't keep sleeping. I'm waking up. Is it too late for us? Won't stop, can't stop, live it up, let's drop, let it go, hands off, watch it all fall. She's slipping away, she's slipping away, she's slipping away, she's slipping away. And when it's last call, that's all, pull the cord, hats off, fast draw, curtains all drawn. She's slipping away, she's slipping away, she's slipping away, she's slipping away. I was on a cool out, I was on a
like an exercise. I wanna extra live, I wanna expedite, I'm gonna expedite it for the next surprise. I'm gonna texturize the vibe, I'm finna end it while you rest your eyes. Feeling too blessed to contest the mess that y'all can't repress. I tried my best to decompress, but the mess that's manifested. Damn, the rest of this time kinda looking like a plan regrets and we spent. You make it better and you lie in it. We all create our own story told, there's no need to lie in it. We all die in it. Can't do some voodoo to hide the true blue. The road to your true colors ain't no dye in it. Don't pull the covers up if it's a cover up. Just fill your tub up and pour some light in it. Then lie in it. If it's a remedy that we could drown in a lullaby melody, putting you down. Sing it together and pass it around. 10, 9, 8, every down, but it down. But there's more fights. Through 4 rights, it's 4 rights. My mind moving in circle like 4 rights. The flow rider from Florida, but my water got fluoride. Before I'd be more in my foresight. In a false hype, with a false light. What I'm building need more floor heights. When you go inside, and the hole's bright, and it's all live, be all night. Would it be PC, your life, be more like, be more alive.
Won't stop, can't stop, lift it up, fast drop, let it go, hands off, watch it all fall. She's slipping away, she's slipping away, she's slipping away, she's slipping away. And when it's last call, that's all, pull the cord, that's all, fast draw, curtains all drawn. She's slipping away, she's slipping away, she's slipping away, she's slipping away.
That's probably my favorite track.
Man, that's I always want to say like that's my favorite shit because I think it's because it's like the newest one, and it's probably like the freshest, like the freshest out of all the songs that we like. I listen like Ride. I've been listening to for like a million years, so it's dope, but it doesn't have that same impact because I've just heard it so many times. But yeah, this one, I don't know, man. It's just this is probably like the most left field song on the project, I think.
What?
I
Really?
I do, yeah.
That's interesting. I think it's Mirage.
I don't think so. I feel like this is like, I don't know, like it just doesn't feel like it has a classification, honestly, like musically. It just, like, what would you even call it? You know what I mean? Is it
Hip hop. Yeah, that's hip hop than a motherfucker, fam. That's hip hop. That's hip hop. Nah, that's for me. It is. I don't know. That I feel like Mirage is so left because just the formatting of it, just the tactility of it. There's just a lot of I mean, it's a really complicated flow accompanied by a very like kind of left-leaning beat, where the beat I think on this is just like super tangible, and I feel like all the stuff you're laying down is just very, I think it's very formulated. I think the form and structure is very familiar. You know what I'm saying? It's wicked, man. Let's just can we give a toast to ourselves? Look how much of a toast I mean. Look how big this jug is. Toast to everybody.
Hey, salud.
Know what I mean? This shit, I don't know. That's how I feel about it. But hey, man.
Well, for starters, I want to say this. This was possibly my favorite beat, standalone beat.
Oh yeah, and actually, there's a fun little thing about the beat. Before I forget, shout out to Illmind. The sample is actually Illmind. Illmind graciously cleared that sample for us.
Which part is it?
The main melody. That synth is yeah. Shout out to Illmind. So like yeah, Illmind, you know, with the ill sample production on that.
It's the drums for me, fam. It's crazy because I don't think X was even planning on doing nothing with this beat.
No.
Because it was a sample from Illmind, and he posted a little video clip on his Instagram. And it was just beat playing, and it was, I don't know, it was like some like effect or some shit you did or something. I don't know what it was. It was like some like digital. I think it was like a hand, and there was like a diamond.
Oh yeah, I had this. It was one of those fucking crazy apps. It was just I don't know what you're talking about. It's a photo of my hand like this, like first person perspective, and like I'm like levitating like a spinning like crystal or some shit like that. It's wicked. Yeah.
And then just the beat playing.
Yeah.
He just casually posted it, and I was scrolling, and I was like, oh, what's this? And I was like,
Yep.
what this is?
Yep.
So I texted him immediately like, hey, yo, fam, what up with this beat, though?
Right.
He's like, oh, I just put in. I was like, nah, fam, I need that. Send me that immediately.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's I don't know. It's kind of old one. I actually made that in Norway. I made that beat in Norway. So the story behind it, Illmind had a competition for it was just like a part of his blap kit or blap producer platinum club. I forgot the exact syntax for it, but I was a part of that, right? So Illmind, super cool cat, and he's familiar with the stuff that I do, and the sample competition was just like whoever, like whatever track that they pick, they'll release as a single. You know what I'm saying, under Roseville, and I didn't win, but I still had this track, and I was just like, this shit's fire. I don't even know how to fucking replace any of the stuff that I sampled. So I was biting my nails about it, but fingers crossed, I sent him an email directly because we've exchanged emails before and all that stuff. And I was like, yo, man, hey, it's been a minute, blah, blah. And he was super, like, cool, and he remembered who I was. He was like, yo, man, good to hear from you. How you been? And all this other shit. I was like, hey, this sample thing you put out, and at the time you said that, like, when buying the sample, it's license free, so don't even worry about it. And he was like, send me the sample. And I said to him, he was like, oh, yeah, you good. Go ahead. So I was just like, thank you. Thank you. So
awesome.
shout out
to maneuver around for sure.
No, he would have cleared it anyway. It just would have had like, it was like, it would be extra red tape. It's not that he wouldn't clear it. It's just the fact that like it was a part of this competition. So like it, we were able to use it. So like shout out to Illmind. That's very generous of him to have his touch on this track. It's just, know what I mean? I think it's a pretty cool thing.
Shout out to Illmind. He's definitely watching too.
Oh, he's the king. Yeah, he's the king right now. You know what I'm saying? He's changed the game. He's changed the game for all producers.
Are both watching. So.
Yeah. Nah,
I don't know. I love the you added that, like, after the vocals, you added that like moody. I don't even know what kind of instrument it is. Like that. And it kind of, I don't know, it reminds me of like a.
Oh yeah, that's me. So like like all the other embellishments is me. Yeah.
You ever seen the movie? What is it? Damn it! It's like a short film. It was on Netflix. It was like a small like independent short film they did where it's like in like some future wasteland or whatever. Is it like future? Damn, I can't remember. I know you guys have seen it. I can't remember the name of it.
You know that movie with that guy and he has the powers? Yeah, he's that guy. And then like he has
I watched the movie.
He's got people that he saves.
In the future. They're in the future, but it's like a fucking future wasteland or whatever. But it reminds me of that. No, it's like a really small movie. I can't fucking. I'm gonna find while we're playing this next joint. I'm gonna find what the name of this.
Oh my god! All right, it's Blade Runner. You talking about Blade Runner, fam? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, this very small independent movie called Blade Runner.
I don't trust. Listen, the fact that you don't know, you can't name it. I'm not gonna trust your whole small independent film. Your memory is busted, obviously.
Is it Turbo Man?
What?
Is it Turbo Man? Is that a
Turbo Man? What are you watching that night, fam? Like, what is this?
Y'all ain't seen this movie?
No. What are you talking about? You're on your own.
This is y'all. Hold on. I'm about to.
Is it fire?
Yeah, it's fire.
How old is it?
It's a couple years old.
A couple years old, and it's called Turbo Man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna judge it. It's probably fire. So I said, The Matrix?
No, is it Turbo Man?
Turbo Man is a toy from Jingle All the Way.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
wow.
Turbo Boy was a Turbo Boy.
No, it's like It's like more like No Man.
Turbo Kid, fuck off.
Turbo Kid. That sounds like some Japanese
Turbo
1980s
Kid
TV show.
What
Turbo
is
Kid
this?
from 2015. All right.
Okay.
Oh, this film. Yeah.
What are you talking about? This film? No, don't do that. Don't encourage
Yeah.
him. No.
It was a comic book back in the day. It was like Tank Girl kind of. It was not a Mad Max exactly, but it had kind of like a Mad Max Wasteland apocalyptic
A
style.
little bit more silly, like a little bit more like
goofier, yeah.
a little
It was
bit.
like
more
it was like Mad Max meets like Tank Girl, kind of, or
kinda, yeah. But it was more like how they did like Sin City, where it was like
yeah, it was like kind of
cheesy.
noir and stylized, kind of
But the
Plus the guy
soundtrack,
with the skull mask, and
right? The soundtrack was fucking super fire.
yeah.
And it kind of reminded me of, I don't remember what any of the songs sounded like, but because I haven't seen that movie in probably at least 4 years. But
This don't look like it's good though. But I'll check it out.
yeah, you should watch it. It's fire. It's a short film too. I think it's like 30 minutes long or something.
It looks like it could be bad, like real bad. This is borderlining. But I trust it.
That's kind of the.
Oh, it's like so bad it's good?
No, it's not. It's like self-aware.
Okay, I'll fuck with it then. If it's self-aware, I'll totally watch it. That's awesome. I'm all about it. All right, I'm sold.
Like Robert Rodriguez, like what he does.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like I'm thinking like Robert Rodriguez, like kind of like
Tarantino, like that kind of shit.
Well, also kind of like how they did Scott Pilgrim.
Right.
Yeah, that's what this gives me the Scott Pilgrim vibes. I'll mess with
Scott
it. Scott
Pilgrim-
Pilgrim versus the World is one of my favorite films.
That's like top 10 for me. Yeah,
Whew.
that's my,
Yeah, that's definitely in my top 10. Sure.
my top and
No-
job.
Nothing beats The Last Dragon though.
Big time facts. See, yeah, why are you questioning me? Last Dragon's your favorite movie?
Yeah, of all time.
You'll probably love this, man.
Oh, I didn't say it wasn't. I just said from the outside this could be really bad. But now you're
Yeah.
telling me all the key things that can make it good. So I'm just
Right.
like, oh, okay, now I get it. Yes, this is what I was hoping it was going to be. It's just like, okay, they totally lean into who they and what they are and what they're making. I'm totally, let's go. Let's go.
Exactly.
I'm going. I'll watch it.
Scott Pilgrim is slept on. What?
Scott Pilgrim is mega slept on.
What? No, that's huge.
No, man. A lot of people have not watched it. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like at cons, like Scott Pilgrim is like, oh yeah, everybody knows about Scott Pilgrim. It's like,
Yeah, but that's that. But like everyone else outside of that, fam. You know there's like a whole world that don't go to cons, right? Like there's just like
Yo,
I
I'm
know.
just catching up on the chat. Y'all ain't
yeah,
shit, man.
yeah, but I don't know. I feel like people my age are like, they know about Scott Pilgrim.
maybe now, but like initially, like a lot of people hadn't
Oh,
seen
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's just like you
Well,
haven't
the
seen it.
old-
Oh my
The
god.
old, yeah.
I mean, it's like people have seen it, but it's still not like it's not ranked up there with like
Scott Pilgrim.
That's like, you know what I mean?
Scott Pilgrim gave Michael Cera the role of a lifetime, playing himself, and this is the end, and smacking Rihanna's ass. That's all I'm saying. If it wasn't for Scott Pilgrim,
Scott Pilgrim,
he would never been able to be characterized in that way. To play a caricature of himself, like, you know, because he's like this super quiet, like nerdy dude, blah blah blah, and then they turn him in like in real life he's just this fucking asshole. He's a wild party animal. Like that bathroom scene, fam. We just watched it. I was just like, yo, this man getting it both ways right now. This is crazy. I was just so shocked. I was like, I forgot about the bathroom scene. I remember the Rihanna scene.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
just like,
pretty,
oh my god. I was like, he was just like, you want some? You want? I forgot what he said to dude. He was just like, hey man, why don't you come in? Oh man, but yeah, Scott Pilgrim is the reason why he was able to do that. And
These movie mashups y'all are giving me in here is fucking.
Scott Pilgrim kind of became like a sex symbol for.
is that what it
younger
is?
People.
Is that what it? That's probably what it's based on.
Well, it's the graphic novels. and in the graphic novels, they kind of reimagined it in a slightly hipster way, where it was.
Oh, did it? Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that's what
was
that
cool.
film
Like,
was. That's what the film was. Is that it was the hipster version of it.
Well, it was making like Outsiders. It was like part of the whole thing where like, oh, Outsiders are cool now. 'Cause
Yeah.
it used to be like if you were into comic books and video games, that was stupid. That wasn't cool,
Right.
And that was one of the first one. It was actually maybe even a little earlier before the Marvel craze had really hit, and it was like, nah, this is like that stuff's cool now.
They need to let him do a Marvel film. I think that'd be great.
Yeah. Did you hear that, X?
What? I'm gonna do a Marvel film?
Elias said you need to do a Marvel film.
Oh, shit. Y'all don't even know, man. I'm down. Let's go. I told you. We were just talking about this last night. Grover, like, give me a franchise.
Yeah.
I will. I am bazillions of dollars waiting to happen. I'm not even saying that like y'all think I'm joking. I'm not joking at all. You have no idea what I'm able to do. But no, seriously, like I will. Yeah, I'll take it there. I love that shit. I love that shit. I love lore. I love all of it. I am that dude. But yeah, give me a Marvel film. Marvel, if you're watching, I know you guys are. Definitely watching.
Yeah,
Definitely watching.
Yeah.
Just give me a call. Let's talk. I have some ideas already. You know what I'm saying? And we could just, we can make some stuff happen. What do you got on the plate? What franchises are you trying to grow?
Yeah.
I'm your
Jon
guy.
Favreau, right here. It's your guy.
Yeah.
This guy, Jon
Yeah.
Favreau.
We got the X-Men movies are going to be coming out in the next 5 years or so. So
Yeah. I mean, if you want, my name is X, by the way. If you didn't know, I'm really connected to this franchise, just so you know. And
whichever X-Men y'all think I should play, I got y'all. I'm gonna be in the, you know what I'm saying?
hey,
Y'all
man.
let me know in the comments who I should play in the movies.
What up, Da Vinci? We talking about Scott Pilgrim because this movie that Alias referenced that gave me the Scott Pilgrim vibes. I was like, oh, this kind of looks like Turbo Kid. Yeah, you guys check it out. Check it out. I have not seen it, so I don't know how good it is. But yeah.
Anyways, we got one more song, right?
We do. We got one last tune. Last tune is Mayhem, perhaps appropriately. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's roll it.
Let's see what this is about, y'all. If y'all haven't heard this yet, for those who cop the album, you got it now. Let's go.
Well, it's downright crown like underground. Sound might drown them out, scouring the loud night. We put it down, sound bite, pound like 100,000 pound mic. Found power in the proud type. No picture at the mound, ground strike. 50 cal, 50 round fight. Down for the count, wound tight. City down flight, make your round, shake 'em, fake 'em out. Make the crowd hype, release the hounds bite. My top style and a lockjaw, crocodile, rock wild, stocking waiting in the dark crowd. Fifth Amendment shop, stockpile, cock lock, loaded block crowd. 50 some odd shot, blah. Bodies drop down like a Dow stock, wow. Shock now, every city block lockdown. Phantom punch, knockout. Can we talk about weapons that blow your whole block out, Yeah, I want beef, homie, that is knockout. Tell the clowns that we got on watch to clock out. Launch party for the rockets, who won't rock out? Fuck it, take away the bullets, pull a rock out.
Never mind with all this stalling, tryna stay fly and the sky is falling down, 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 down. In line, yo, our time is calling. Now you're getting fly and the sky is falling down, 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 down.
The laws are out, the outlaws are in. Cards, your in-laws, your kin, the claws are out. Their plans are outlandish, so we scram out to some lands out in the outlands. Fan out. Choppers in your window, tanks on streets. Map escape routes, take food, no tanks on E. Army fatigue steeds, no tanks, no teeth. Cause everybody hate we, why they so free? Ooh, spin the story with a new ending for me, how to keep the engine warm, no avenging glory. Sweet home on the range, no danger. You don't wanna hear the screams, you just wanna hear a banger.
Never mind with all this stalling, tryna stay fly in the sky cards at your local pharmacy. Barbed wire at the Walmart, organizers hauled off. It was so quiet here just a year ago. Now the streets on fire, 5-0 patrolling full riot gear. Flashbangs, grenades, and tasers. Weaponized microwaves and lasers. Creating new space age ways of enslaving us. Engage us with 12 gauges, rounding up for the cages. Switchblade for when it's Ixnay on a clip spray. One quick flick of the wrist, I split your pig face every which way. Eyes glazed over in some kind of sick days. Pandemic spreading in 6 days. Homie, these are sick days. Never mind with all this stalling. Trying to stay fly and the sky is falling down. Time is calling, now you're getting fly and the sky is falling down.
Yeah.
Ooh, what a way to go out. That was.
Yeah.
Talk to me. How did that one evolve? That was the last that got released?
That's not. That's
album only.
Completely on the album.
Oh, that's
That's on
album
the album.
only. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the bonus track.
Yeah. So that was the joint that I recorded myself and sent it to X and was like, "Yo, here's what I got," and he was very excited about like the way that I did the hook with like the different down, 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 down.
Yeah, that was the track where I heard Alias doing a lot of the groundwork of like the vocal production stuff that I would have him do, but by himself. Because when Alias goes off and he records like his solo stuff, it's a totally different energy, totally different feeling, and the stuff that you're hearing, Almost Nothing, is basically just you're hearing what me and Alias do on a regular basis. This is the kind of stuff that we do stylistically. So for him to just do it by himself, I was just like, I just kind of shed a tear. I was like, my boy's grown up. Yeah. And I was just like, I was just really impressed with everything that he laid down on it. And I felt like, yeah, this is really powerful, fam, because what's cool about it is now a lot of the groundwork is going to be easier to lay down. I just felt like his ability and like his speediness to do something, because I would say this song is almost identical to the demo. Like, it's one of the very few songs where the vocal arrangement is just not really me being super hands-on about it. It's mostly Alias doing it. And because of that, it was just like, oh man, we could just bang out all kinds of shit. That's why all the other songs are way more complex and elaborate, is because now I know we can do more than just that. That's just our baseline now, because that's what he could do by himself. Then once we start working together and expounding even further beyond what was once our limits, that was what got me super excited about doing the record. And the stuff that we got cooking up next, I know we're talking about this album, but like the stuff we got cooking up next is like super representative of that, right? So like we know what we got. We can't wait to get that to you guys, and hopefully sooner. Hopefully by next year you guys will have another Almost Nothing record. But right now, this is the journey. This is the current journey. You guys get to enjoy this, and for those who are audiophiles, the deluxe edition will give you like all of the uncompressed wave files, 16-bit masters, and so you get to listen to these tracks in full resolution, and I promise you it does sound better even than titles like masters or whatnot. So it's definitely a sonic experience for any Audeze user, anybody who has like a quality system, and then you get the instrumentals. So if you guys want to just hear listen to like what the instrumentation was like and just the arrangement of that, and you guys are into that, it's another thing that you guys could add to your repertoire to expound on your palette. Know what I mean?
Like almost nothing, but hate that guy rapping all over the beats.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that, man. If you don't like rap, but you did like the beats, the deluxe edition is for you.
Oh my goodness!
And for those who are new, all of the regular fam, shout out to Studio Gang, shout out to every member of the collective, and just all the our community across Twitch. Almost Nothing basically is kind of what we've been describing to you guys the last few hours. Is hey, this is what we put everything into our art until there's almost nothing left. That's our whole shit. That's why the name of the album is Left, Almost Nothing Left. You know what I'm saying? It's the first introduction to us as artists, and it's representative of what our motivations are artistically. And the next album is going to be that all of our albums is going to be a continuation of our name, because it just feels appropriate. It feels like our name really signifies like what the journey is for that project. So
we'll be on album number 7, be like Almost Nothing in the Tank.
No, that means what does that mean? That we're done? Nah, fam, no.
No, I'm kidding.
But it's gonna be that. So yeah, Almost Nothing Left.
I'd be very happy if we made it to 7 albums. Let's be real here.
Oh yeah, that should be.
It'd be like Need for Speed. You're the new new serial hip hop duo.
Hey man, I'll see a reason why I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? So we just gotta get to it. Get cracking. Mm-hmm. We already got 3 albums produced. You know what I'm saying? Or at least the groundwork laid down. Almost 3 albums written.
Yeah, true. You're right though. The next album is written. We just got to start recording it. If it wasn't for COVID, we would have already had the next album ready.
Wow.
Yeah. We have anybody in the chat want to ask any questions or anything?
Yeah, let's
open it up.
Let's get to it, man. Oh, you know what? Well, before we even get to that, I do want to say that this track was super like if you listen to the lyrics, it's super representative of what was happening about a year ago during the Black Lives Matter movement, right? And it almost narrates all of the fuckery that we saw during the protests that resulted in more hostile and violent, actions and stuff like that, by taken against us as people, you know what I'm saying, and us having to defend ourselves as people in retaliation to that, right? So it's actually really it's really interesting that it came out, and we wanted to put it out and we put it out for like a hot second on Instagram, like kind of show our support of it, and then we took it down because that's when we started to realize, that's when we got new information that like a lot of the violence and vandalism was actually planted by the police of those cities, as well as other people that were like fucking anti-black anything, white supremacist units and stuff like that, going out to the cities and like bringing guns and like laying down pallets of bricks so that motherfuckers can be violent, and then also burning down other businesses and all that shit. So then we took it down because we didn't want to perpetuate that messaging of having to revolt in that way, because that wasn't the initial intention or response. That actually turned into a response of the violence taken against them. And even then, there were still peaceful protests. So like, just so you know, we are on the side of that more than we're on the side of anything else. So, but the song was made years ago, way before any of that. It's just like, it's an imagining of what would happen if it did go down that way. Right, Elias? Like, you want to talk about the lyrics when it comes to that before we get into questions?
Yeah, it kind of was just where I saw things going, and this was like pre-Trump that I wrote that song. The last verse is like, Ty is burning in the streets, armed guards at your local pharmacy, barbed wire at the Walmart, organizers hauled off. It was so quiet here just a year ago. Now the streets on fire. 5-0 patrol in full riot gear, flashbangs, grenades, and tasers, weaponized microwaves and lasers, creating new space age ways of enslaving us, engage us with 12 gauges, rounding up for the cages. And it's just, it's obviously like a near future dystopian idea of like where it felt like we were heading, and then we kind of got there. Kind of headed there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think it was just a little too on the nose at the time when we put it out. So we just decided to take it down and then dropped it for the album.
Yeah, that's kind of the motivation behind it. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so, let's open up the floor. Let's get some questions. Let's see who, y'all on YouTube, y'all on Twitch. You know what I'm saying?
Someone on YouTube asked, how do you go about marketing and distributing? What's your strategy for getting it into people's hands?
Well, that's a really good question, fam.
I know.
Anybody in the chat has the answer to that as well.
If you have the answer for that, let us know.
Yeah, it's sort of it's a challenge, right? So like us, like even right now throughout this entire stream, I've been troubleshooting, trying to find out like why certain people are not getting the download link, right? So there's a lot of like business management, entrepreneurial ism that goes into trying to approach that, and it's in a sea where it's in a very saturated sea now. Like there's no new platforms that are arising that are really conducive for artists to really promote themselves. That feels really rare, where you could strike it rich. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like we're seeing YouTube in its early stages where like shit could catch fire on YouTube because you laid the groundwork on it now, and in a few years you're like the biggest shit. So Twitch is now established, YouTube's established, IG is established and constantly reinventing itself. You got TikTok, that's a method, but like that's a whole different demographic and format. And to promote your music out there, like to get on playlists and all this other shit, like a lot of that stuff is like very fucking vague and very gray, and it's stuff that we've dabbled into, but there's no concrete confirmation as to like what those results really mean for us as artists. So marketing is really doing some grassroots stuff like we're doing today, like partnering with a brand that we love like Audeze, and bringing this to you, personally, like listening to it with you guys, holding your hand through the journey and shit, and then using our platform as Twitch streamers to continue to promote each other's projects. So once again we're just two members of a bigger Twitch network called The Collective, which is myself, Alias, Michelle G. Hunder, Soy is Real, Van Sleasington, which is Vanderslice, if you guys ever heard of Vanderslice as a producer. He's one of the greats out there, and Dance Like Butter. So that is The Collective, and we're basically very, very much in the tradition of like how YouTube streamers have their own streaming network, where there's a bunch of streamers that contribute to like one network of a summation of like streams and followership. So that's what we're doing now on Twitch, and we're using our platforms the best way we can. And I would say that every one of our streams there's a big section of our streaming community or even streaming episodes that it's totally in service to the community. I would say that the Collective was even the name Collective, that was named by the community. We actually didn't select that name. It was just what we were being called, and we're here to we're helping other artists try to find their voice and find in different ways. So that's how we're doing it. That seems the most organic and most true to me, at least. I don't know, how do you feel about that,
I definitely like the community vibe on Twitch. That's something that I haven't really found in any other social media. I think, you know, I feel like a lot of social media sites devolve into like the most negative shit, you know, kind of like the worst of people. Um, I haven't really experienced that too much on Twitch. So that's why I've kind of put more of my energy into that. I think things like Facebook and Instagram, and you know, they're all owned by Facebook owns Instagram and Twitter. So, you know, things like charging you to reach your own fans and shit, that's just, not only is it just like super suspect, but it's just like, it's just bad business. It's not super effective, I don't think. So that's why most of my social media energy has gone into Twitch as of late. I will eventually be back on YouTube, putting out more content. I have a ton of content that I just haven't put out yet because I'm not really great at editing and stuff like that. So I'm still kind of learning all that. But yeah, that question is just, it's something that we're still learning. We're still figuring that out, how to market this and how to get it into we're actually still figuring out who our audience is as well. That's another thing. It's like, who's the market for this music? You know what I mean? Who's going to appreciate this music for what it is? Because this isn't the shit that you throw on at a party that nobody's really listening to and just kind of plays in the background. You know what I mean? We make this music for people that put it on in their car by themselves and, you know, learn the lyrics and you know, rewind a part so they can understand what's being said or you know, shit like that. People who really love music and people who really dissect it and really want to have something that fuels them on a deeper level than, you know, just background music, background noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we're trying to find those people.
Yeah. Yeah, this is definitely for the music lovers. Like we're looking for a particular audience, I guess, and we hope that the audience is looking for us as well. There was something very poignant that had a massive effect on me when I heard it said. We were on the road with Miss Hill. And I'm paraphrasing when I say this, so this is don't quote me on this 100%. But basically, you know, she was basically talking about like how, you know, as artists we need to find our audience, and if people who are like, you know, not happy with what I'm doing today and might be leaving the show early, you know, that's fine. This ain't for you, and you're not for me. And that was just so powerful. And she didn't say it in that way, but the way she said it really hit me like a fucking tidal wave. But it was just so, I felt it was really special because I feel like someone like her, she really understands the artist perspective of things. And she's a big advocate for like other artists in the industry, fellow artists, at her level especially, which there's not a lot of empathy for. They're pretty much treated like products and there's like a ton of expectation behind it. So for us, not being as large, but, you know, for me who have worked on very large things, I get to see, you know, a few facets of that coin, and the thing that we're hoping to find, which provides the most longevity, no matter how it looks, whether it's a hip hop crowd, whether it's a mixed crowd, we're not really trying to lock ourselves into just anything. Like this music is for the people. We just happen to come from hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I would say that like what we're trying to bring to the table is you know, it's got to align with some people, and I feel like we found a lot of folks on Twitch. Shout out to our communities, the collective community as a whole. I think that they resonate with our voice, and vice versa. Their voice resonates with us, and we've made like really good friendships based upon, you know, our time on this platform. So yeah, we're figuring it out. In short,
any help is definitely appreciated. Any spreading of the word, any tagging us in posts, you know, putting our music on your posts. That's always like a huge help. You know.
Yep.
Someone else asked if there was going to be any collabs between Almost Nothing and anyone else.
Maybe. Maybe.
We have at least one bigger artist locked in for the next I believe the next project.
Maybe. I don't want to speak about it too soon, but yeah, we do have something in the works. And you know what, like our whole thing is just like we kind of just, it's just us, right? So there is something that might be happening. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Weird Al and Almost Nothing.
Yo, have you heard how he raps on White and Nerdy? He got more chops than half the rappers out there. Yeah, Weird Al all day. Bring it.
Weird Al.
Fuck, hell yeah, he's amazing, fam.
Which beer oil do you recommend?
Gavi had a question down here. I'll see somewhere. How do you feel now that the project is out? A sense of relief, accomplishment, just focus on the next joint, or a mix of all that?
Say it again. Hold on. I'm actually talking to tech support right now. Hey man, I gotta solve this. People gotta get their downloads. I'm not happy about this. Fuck you, Shopify. How about that? So yeah. So let's go. What were you saying? Say it again.
How do you feel now that the project is out? A sense of relief, accomplishment, just focus on the next joint, or a mix of all that?
Oh man. It's just on to the next one, man. There's more work to do. That's how I feel. It's not over. It's just that, I don't know. I would say that I felt the relief when we released God Mode. That's when I got hit with it. I was just like, oh, I just want to release everything now. Let's go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel, part of me feels like, you know, because most of the songs have been out for a little while, like it feels like it's done, like, but I feel like there is a lot more potential for these songs to do a lot more than they've done already. I feel like, you know, something like New High could, you know, be all over the place. I feel like, like Sleepaway could be on, you know, on a movie or a show or something like that, or, you know, the intro to somebody's show. You know what I mean? But, you know, that all depends on you guys and how the music grows and all that shit.
Yeah.
I'm excited to start working on the next project, and I just love making music. I just love creating the music that I want to create, and it's exciting for me to be in the studio and bringing these things to life, and it's even equally or more exciting to get the music out to y'all, for y'all to hear for the first time. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's a feeling like no other. To take something that you've been working really hard on and letting people hear it and have them appreciate it. You know, that's because really there's nothing worse than being excited to play something for somebody and just seeing like blank stares, or like, you know, people not knowing how the fuck to react to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I kind of we're super grateful that that you guys who are kicking with us on the stream really mess with our work, right? The fact that you find some sort of alignment or some enjoyment by listening to the work that we've done means a lot to us, especially, you know, since for those of you who might not know, like, I haven't released music up until God Mode, our first single. Part of that, I hadn't released music in like 12 or 13 years. because you know, some of it has to do with me working on other people's stuff, and then I started, because of that, like I started to have like a massive anxiety and fear to release music. I wasn't sure if people would want to hear it, if people even like it, you know, all this other stuff. So yeah, so for me it's very liberating. So yeah, I got that liberation, Gonzi, like super early after the single. I was just like, I want to put a song out every day. Let's put it all out now. You know, that's how I felt. And yeah, I just I'm really proud of the work that we've done on it, and I'm excited for like the new stuff that we're doing now and the stuff that we're gonna, you know, bring to you guys later. And we hope that you guys, you know, go on this journey with us. We're gonna be very honest about it. So if you're looking for like honesty and transparency about process and about the creative journey and about who we are as people, then we're the music duo for you. We're the artist for you, because we're not going to give you that facade and all that bullshit. You know, I'm going to be honest with you if I don't really want to do a show, you know what I'm saying? But I'm also going to be honest with you that a show would be nice. You know what I'm saying? Like you're not going to get that bullshit from us. We don't really, that's never been my MO, and I don't think that's ever been Alias's MO either. Like we are who we are, which sees what you get. You know what I mean? So that's my feeling behind it.
What else we got? We got anything else?
Actually, Da Vinci asked a cool question. He said, "You said you're ready to move on to the next one. Do you have a promotion cycle planned for this? I think it would be a shame not to." I would say, shout out
to the next project.
The next project, yeah, next project. So shout out. I want to quickly shout out Jesse Alchemist, or the Alchemist Jesse James. I think I know who that is. It's good to see you on here, brother. Yeah, I mean, like we tried this out in terms of releasing the single of almost every song on the project, and then rounding off into like the actual album release to see how that would work, to see if it gives us more mileage. Our numbers on Spotify are pretty good based on this. I don't know what the next one would look like, and you know, I think it really depends on like what kind of assets we're able to generate on the next one in terms of art, because that was another thing, like a big motivation for this plan was making sure that we had the art to support it. So Tobar providing a cover for every single song. There is a cover for Mayhem, and it's in the deluxe, the digital deluxe edition. You guys will see it. It just never came out, right, as a single. Say what?
So there's also a shirt.
There's also a shirt. Yes, there's a shirt for every cover. So
Da Vinci's talking about promoting this album.
Oh, promoting this album, like after the fact. Oh, okay. Well, I'll just shut the fuck up then. Forget everything I said.
I mean, you are describing the promotion cycle for this album, which is releasing each single and promoting each single individually and trying to build momentum that way. The idea was to release the album on the tail end of the release cycle of the singles. Obviously, here we are like a year later, and that ain't exactly what happened. But I would like to be able to promote the album as a whole and the singles. I'm not sure exactly what that's gonna look like or how that's gonna relate. You know what I mean? If you look at like the way Spotify does everything, it's very singles based. You know, everything's very singles based right now. So there's not really, I don't even know if there is like a way to promote like the actual album in those same ways as you do the single. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the promotion cycle for this, I think requires, I mean, I don't know. I think it would be just continued grassroots movement. We don't necessarily have the platform and backing. Is Soy bouncing? Soy, are you leaving?
Yeah, Soy's bouncing.
Hey, brother, man, thank you so much, brother. I will see you soon. I think we're just gonna do the best that we can. Really, that's what it comes down to. Doing the best that we can. and kind of making sure that I don't know, we're staying true to ourselves and what we're actually capable of. At this point, I would say that like there's a unnecessary amount of pressure that comes with trying to promote something like this after the fact and trying to keep that going when we're not an executive machine. And I'm not going to act like one.
We're just two dudes who make music. We're very good at making music, and all the rest of the shit is we're still learning, and we're doing the best we can. But you know what I mean?
The rest of it, no, fuck that. I'm going to just be very plain. You guys ready for the plainness? Here goes. Here's that transparency I was telling you about. It requires lots of money. It requires algorithmic push. It requires context on the platforms to actually help elevate that even further. So this is all stuff that corporations have. And especially since now, like, they passed those laws in many regards for, what the fuck is it called? Where they basically control what you see on the internet and all that stuff. No, like, this is beyond us at this point, right? We can only use our platform. So like you guys that are here, like, enjoying this stream, hanging out with us, this is it. And this is I don't know, it feels very grassroots to me, especially with Twitch. I feel like I could just reach out and communicate with somebody who's watching us. So and vice versa, they can too. Like I'm pretty accessible. So like the point that I'm trying to make is that, this is it. And I don't have a grand scale plan to answer your question at all. It's just going to be us talking about it, revisiting it, listening to it again. You know what I'm saying? Being fans of our own music and representing that. I think that's the best way to kind of go about it. And then using whatever tools that are accessible to us that may or may not be effective. So that's kind of how I see it. Because, yeah, I don't think that these platforms are in our favor. I would say Twitch is more artist favoring than anything that I've seen before. Personally.
Big facts.
Yeah.
Someone asked you how you overcame the confidence thing. You mentioned a little while ago.
Who, me?
How'd you build up the confidence?
I mean, I had enough confidence to know that, like, I've proven a lot of stuff to myself before, and I've definitely put out music when I was less skilled. So I knew I had to do it, but it still didn't eliminate the feeling of nervousness behind it, right? So there was anxiety and nervousness that was there, which some people just may not feel. Like I don't feel that on this project, right? Releasing the album now. But I felt that on the first single. I was just biting my nails about it. Like, oh my God, I don't know how people are gonna, I don't know, that sort of thing. And I would say the first two singles. The second single, which is not a part of Almost Nothing, I released a solo single, and there's a video on YouTube that you guys could look up. It's called Arctic Love. It's an homage to my wife and her town, her island in Norway that she's from. And those two were like where I had like massive anxiety about it, but I knew I had to do it. I've done it before. How can it be that scary? It's not that scary, So I don't know. I trust myself. How other people are going to take it, you can't control that. That's what I'm saying. Like, once you put it out there, the music is not yours, it's theirs. And we just hope to find people that this dish was made for. Simple and plain. Any other questions?
Have you considered pitching your music to companies that make ski gear, like REI?
I don't know how to...
They say because you use a lot of mountain in your artwork.
That's amazing. It's really just one mountain, or I guess it's two. I guess it's two.
New High has like a mountain.
Yeah, it's two. It's two. Yeah, it's two. That's a good question. Maybe I'll just go to my local REI and see what they say. Michelle says something. She's like, I'm not sure if it's the same in the U.S., but getting a PR person to pitch the album to publications to write articles and reviews would be what I would do here. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. I've looked into this, and I haven't found just in my network like somebody reputable to go to that still does it And from what I've heard from other artists is that practice has been like very ineffective. And it might be, from a personalized experience where it was ineffective for them, but I think like generally speaking, it was communicated to me that it was that shit doesn't work anymore, because like where are the articles going to be?
Yeah. If you play jazz and you're on the NPR list, maybe.
No, I know it's like mostly about playlists, right? So it's just like, well, we kind of did that, right? So we kind of had a PR person for that shit, and that worked out fine. But what articles? Like, who's reading stuff anymore? Let me know.
Like the sites like Hip Hop DX or like Genius or
I guess heads still read that shit. I guess. I don't know. Man, I'm the wrong person for it. I'm definitely the artisan when it comes to this shit. I'm not the. When it comes to promoting the music, there is like, I do not have like, I know how to market it, in terms of presentation and all that stuff. But like in terms of like getting it out there and making that reach happen, I kind of maybe it's my fault. Maybe it's my fault. Maybe I don't believe in that shit anymore, because it's just, I don't know. It seemed to be ineffectual.
I think it would be cool to get some reviews and stuff, but I'm also like, who are these people that are gonna review my music? I think we're in such a weird place critically now, where it's like, do I want some fucking weenie who doesn't know shit about music to tell me my album is whack? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I give it 3.5, stars or whatever. Like, who the fuck are you, bro? What do you do? What have you ever done? You know what I'm saying? Like, do I want that? I don't know. Because I feel like a lot of the tastemakers, the so-called like tastemakers now are like, and this is something that's been addressed by a lot of famous artists too, where it's like, why is this fucking dork reviewing my album for this hip hop site? You know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck are you? Like, who are you to say that this music is? You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck out of here.
Yeah, it's I'm less concerned about that. I'm less concerned about that. I'm more concerned about like, I'm okay if somebody wants to say our shit's whack. That's fine. Good, any pub is good pub, right? That's how I see it. Even bad pub, it's just out there, right? Maybe not so in absolution. I don't mean that in absolution, because the bad pub is bad pub. But the point is that I don't think that we're gonna get like, oh, this shit's whack, right? Because it's some weenie, as you put it. I'm not worried about that. I'm more concerned about like the investment. And I'm more concerned about the investment and effort, and that people are actually going to respond to it. That there's actually an audience looking at that kind of stuff. Having done it, you know what I'm saying? Having done it, I did it during the time where it was starting to die, but still was effective, right? When we put out our record, that's when like print publications mattered. We were in magazines, all this other stuff. So it was really good for us, because we were no names, right? At the time, it was just like, oh, this is really good for us. And that did have an impact. But like the platform now, because like I said, I haven't released music in like 12, 13 years. I don't really know how to approach it, to be honest. And based on like just even talking, like I talked to my old PR person who still does PR, and he told me like he's had the same conversation with many of our peers, and he was just like, well, just asking all the hard questions. And I didn't have answers for some of them. I was like, fuck. There's rarely a time where I can't answer a question, right? And he was asking me questions I couldn't answer. I was like, fuck, and, push come to shove, COVID happened as well. And our singles released during COVID, let's not kid ourselves, right? God Mode was the one single that came out, prior. And then we were working up to a PR plan in addition to a publishing plan, which we proceeded with the publishing plan. But all of the pieces were moving so slow, we didn't want to sit on this album any longer, so we put it out now. we'll get you guys on the next one if whoever we missed, you know. So and we'll continue to do that. So it's just about consistency, I think, at this point. And you know, I've thought about like smaller labels and stuff like that. And here's the thing. Even with small independent labels or like big independent labels, what they have is their own audience, right? It's their own platform, right? A lot of them don't have like fucking PR people. They don't even have publishing set up. And I could, like, I don't want to call them out because these are labels I really respect, but they don't even have that. So I'm like, if y'all don't have that, and it's just about building your own platform, then I'm just going to build my own platform. So then it's mine. And then that's who we market to. We market to the people that fuck with us. So that feels like it's more authentic to me. That seems like it's the best avenue because a lot of folks still don't have the infrastructure totally fleshed out. Only big labels do. It's crazy. So yeah, it's I don't know. It's like I said, we're still figuring it out. We don't know what the best method is. We'd love to see more of it. But yeah, that's my opinion of it, at least. But hey, if anybody has like a PR person or people who just specialize in this kind of stuff that they want to connect us to, we are totally open to it. We don't get it twisted. As much as it sounds like we know what we're talking about or we have a strong opinion about it, we are mad open and flexible. We're just pretty definitive about like how we currently feel about it and why we took the approach that we did now. And but we're totally into having that discussion because we know it could be better, and there's always that, you know what I mean?
We're not one of those groups that's like, trying to stay unknown forever.
Yeah.
Having fans is selling out, man.
Yeah. Any other questions?
Let's see.
Da Vinci said he only exclusively buys albums promoted by WeenieCritics.com. So.
Yeah. Dork hop reviews.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Is that a real site? Dork hop reviews.
Probably. I believe it.
Dork hop reviews. .net though. Let's go.
It's the .net. Yeah, the Web 1.0. Indiepreneur is a great method. Da Vinci mentioned.
Indiepreneur? All right.
I'm familiar with Indiepreneur. Build
What?
a monetized fan base. There's the people who do Patreon and that kind of, Indiepreneur and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Obviously, that's
Patreon's cool. I think I don't know if we're there yet to be asking for monthly money for content that we don't necessarily have yet.
So
but
Indiepreneur is a service?
all boom bap project next.
and then metal.
It's probably gonna get a little weirder before it gets more normal. You know what I mean? Metal, I'm down. I fuck with some system.
Yeah, we'll have to talk about that, Da Vinci. I'm curious to see what you know about this Indiepreneur thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what it is. Oh, that's so funny. They got Nino on here, fam.
Oh yeah, Nino's got a great independent fan base. Homie Nino Bless, independent rapper.
Yeah, they got his name on here, front page. That's funny.
Page, okay, I see him.
Yeah.
What's up?
Okay. Let's see what's good. All right, we'll take a look at it. Thanks, Da Vinci. They're based in Orlando too? Oh, that makes sense. Okay, that's pretty cool. I fuck with that.
I won't hold that against them.
I'm actually pretty favoring when motherfuckers is like that. I'm from Orlando. I'm just like, all right, okay. There's dope motherfuckers in Orlando, man. Orlando, the state sucks.
Amazing,
yeah, the state sucks, fam. The state sucks.
But if we're talking about like business wise, I don't know.
It's Circa's company. I don't know who Circa is, but that's what's up. I fuck with that. We'll talk more about it.
Yeah.
He said they really work. Shit. All right. Well, okay then. He said they really work. Alrighty. I'm down. But yeah, man.
We got any more questions? Anything?
Any more marketing advice? I'll take it.
Yeah,
This is now turning into almost nothing learns marketing.
Yeah, I'm all about it, fam. Let's go.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of everyone who's a musician or artist of any kind, dancers and visual artists, painters, everything. Everyone's asking that question. It's like, how do we get our stuff out there when it's all served up like a buffet on Spotify and everybody's, you're either on the A list of the best curated playlist or the YouTube front page of music or whatever, or you're not. And there's some article I was reading recently where it said during the pandemic, it went from 23% market share by the top 1% of artists to 60% market share by the top 1% of artists. So, it's a real question. How do small folks get their stuff into audiences' hands? And
how do you get seen?
You're looking at it. It happens right here.
There you go. With Grover.
Yep. Live and direct. Yeah.
We all just want to see each other win the hardest. I love that. That's shit. I love that.
Big time thanks to Vinci.
Yep.
Big time thanks.
Yeah. That's basically
Absolutely.
it. That's basically it, y'all. And I'm gonna post this link, the proper link this time, for fuck's sake, to get the album. Get the album now. Boom. There you go. Splash.
Well, if this 4-hour pitch of buying our album didn't work on me, so I don't know what will.
All right. So
yes, you could click it, Mr. Clarks. You're a good human being. However, 4 people clicked that link. Go fuck yourself. Just want to say that. Just want to let that be known. I was able to see it. I could see like their fucking IP addresses. Don't worry, I'll report you and we'll spam you. I have family members who are hackers, so I'm joking.
Hack the planet.
I'm joking. No, but I did see that 4 people clicked on it. I'm just like, oh, that's disappointing. But that could be anybody.
Did anybody actually download it? Or did
it's fine. Enjoy the record. Enjoy the record. Yeah, they did. They did. 4 people, 4 different IP addresses downloaded it. Yeah, that's fine. It's my mistake. Whatever. It's a gift. You obviously need it, so go get it. I'm all about it. Seriously, no hard feelings at all, actually. So
steal this album.
Jeez.
Yeah. Straight up. That's that fucking fucking what the hell band is Surge from? Surgy. Fucking System of a Down. Yeah, steal this album. Yep. Yeah.
Is that them? I thought somebody else.
Yeah, no, it's System of a Down. Steal this album. It's awesome.
Like what was it, Radiohead or someone who had the empty tracks that they were playing on Spotify, and they were just like, let it run in the background. They had like a 45-minute track at the end of their album. They're like, put this on repeat after you listen to our album and just let it run and get the residuals. I think Spotify took that.
Oh, no, I'm familiar with that. Yeah, but the cover of the System of a Down record was really dope because I remember seeing it in a Target one day, and it's just a clear jewel case, and it looks like it's written with a Sharpie on a white CD that says "Steal this album." And I was just like, this is fucking brilliant. This is the best shit I've ever seen. No cover at all. Just steal this album. I was just like, yes, steal the album. So by all means, enjoy it. I actually don't really give a shit. It's gonna be on DSPs like next month, so I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's real. Yeah. So like, yeah, that's another thing. So for those of you who want it on where the rest of your music lives, it will be available on Spotify, Tidal, and all of the places, Apple Music, that you listen to music, next month. So
we will have a track list.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, you have to have a track list for the album.
That's fine. It could be anything. I feel like it all works. But yeah, we'll think about it. We'll put some thought into it. This time we didn't put any thought into it. It's just a folder of songs, and you make your own track list because it's your album, not ours. So enjoy it. You know what I'm
I
saying?
kind of liked the flow of the release date. It had
I
a
feel it
certain flow
works.
To it.
I feel
It
like
had a
it
flow
works.
To it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it
Yeah.
works. But Alias, he's got an idea in mind that we got to talk about. So like, we'll see.
Nice.
We'll see what it is. I'm curious to see what the order is. I
I'm sure
actually
it'll be-
don't really have. I'll work off of what Alias thinks, and I'll drop opinions here and there. But like, we'll probably follow what he thinks. But I do agree. I do think that the flow of how we release the songs really works. What do you think, Alias?
That's a question for another stream, I think.
Oh
That's another
boy.
4 hours right there.
Oh boy.
I don't know about 4 hours, but yeah,
That's gonna be a 15-minute talk, like a solid 15 minutes, and then we're just like, all right, cool. It sounds like a plan.
you gotta follow my Twitch channel, fam.
Yeah. You know, just email me the list, man. I'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, again, guys, thank you so much for rocking with us. Thank you, Audeze. Thank you, Grover, for your time. Thank you for hosting this. Putting us on your platform. It has been an honor, and you know, more things to come from us and Audeze. You'll see us on here again. Hopefully we'll be able to do a follow-up stream with like everybody on the collective to talk about our experiences with the headphones and all that jazz. I think that would be really cool. And like, yeah, if you haven't followed us on Twitch or on Instagram,
All the social medias.
Yep.
Follow us.
All the socials. It's all
Yep.
the same handles.
yep.
Alien Addicts, Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah. Someone. Thank you, Udra, for posting all that.
Udra's
just posted
modded.
it.
She's modding no matter what. Is she mod
Oh my
now?
gosh.
Did you make her mod?
Yeah. I made her mod.
There you
Udra's
go. Udra's mod of everything,
on
fam.
it.
Fucking amazing. Amazing. But yeah, she's a beast. Jesus. But yeah, the album's out now on x144live.com because that's the site that we currently have. I tried to build a almost nothing site and I just didn't have the time. So, but we do have the Shopify store on X144 Live, and you could get almost nothing t-shirts there as well. And, you know, for those who want to rock with this deluxe edition, you get all the artwork in high res, all the audio in high res, and if you get the ultimate deluxe, you get the exclusive t-shirt with the cover. So, bang bang. So
You won't get that on no Spotify, fam.
Much
you
value.
won't get that on Spotify. That is damn sure. Yep. So yeah,
All
man.
right. Well, thank you both so much. This has been awesome. Really glad to have you on here. I'm sure we'll see more of you guys on this channel. You won't see more of me because I'm leaving, but you'll see more.
Way to end it. So Grover is moving on. Grover's moving on.
I'm moving on, but I'm still around. I still exist.
Are you gonna start your own Twitch channel or what?
Oh yeah, I used to do actually a lot of stuff, but it's been a pandemic was crazy. But I'll be doing my own stuff. I'll be doing my own music and my own videos and all that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, don't be a stranger. I'll be around. And yeah, stay tuned here. Thank you everyone for Udra. Thank you. That's like you're the best.
I've been fine.
But yeah, you guys, this has been fantastic. Thank you everyone in chat. MVPs, every single one of them.
For every one of y'all,
Yeah.
man. Thanks for
All of
rocking
you
it.
guys.
Like seriously.
It's good to see you guys. And for those who know, I've been on a hiatus from streaming for about a month, and I'm back next Saturday. So join me on X144 Live. Same bat time, different bat place. Know what I mean? It'll be at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Saturday. Bang, bang, bang. So I will see you there.
Yeah.
You get more of me pointing at the camera, and I have two cameras. I point at both of them, just so you guys know. I like pointing at the camera. It makes me feel connected to you guys, like I'm just talking directly to you. What's the matter for you? Know what I mean? That's what's good. Yes, the return of X. I'm coming back, y'all. I'm coming back. Let's go. Let's go. But yeah, that's what it is, y'all. So peace and love.
Sign off. He been trying to government trying to sign off for.
Hey, no, this y'all don't know about the Curbside Chronicle? This is it. This is how it goes down on my stream.
We're
The
here,
long
yeah.
goodbyes, fam.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah, one more thing.
Long goodbye.
Yeah. But actually,
When he
no.
be.
One more thing. Is there anybody from the collective streaming that we could raid?
That's true. That's true. Who's streaming right now?
Is anybody planning to go on? Is anybody able to go on right now so that we could raid y'all? Because that's how we do it.
Party.
We gotta keep it in the family, y'all. Come on now.
And if you're in the collective and you have Audeze headphones now, y'all should get in touch with us because we should add you to our auto hosting. We auto host all our streamers. Tap into
Yep.
our audience.
Yep.
Take it.
Yep. No, that's happening. I'll be sending out an email so you guys can have that set up. But yeah, let's go.
I'm about to walk off with the camera on.
Oh, damn. It's like that. All right, y'all. Peace and love. Enjoy the album.